to die for what I'm living for. And if you didn't get it, go and live some more. I'ma run it up. Gotta get some more, we ain't done enough. Can't fake or imitate. Short grass so no snakes get in the way. John Madden called me, I got the play. In the maze, you gotta find a way. Or make one, living for the future, not yesterday. Wanna be great, do what it takes. Willing to rise for the right reasons. And you can't kick us out cause we not leaving. Bring all my flowers while I'm still breathing. Made a promise every day gon' be my season. Wanna sleep on greatness, better keep dreaming. Hall of Fame need to name this for one reason. I'm a legend. I'm a legend.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ward Radio live stream. I am your host, Cardon Ellis, and today I am joined via Zoom by none other than Jeff Borders, author of the Antichrist Playbook. Make sure you guys check it out at plainandpreciouspublishing.com. His publisher, Dave Butler, as well as fellow author, dare I say, Blake and Raven Penn. I own your URL, biznatches. And no, I still gotta give that to you. Also, you're muted, Brad.
Oh, we are.
Yeah, there we are. And speaking of editors and authors, we also got Luke Hanson here, editor-at-large of Ward Radio News. And what are we doing today? For the first time in my life, I went to a gaming store per the directions of Dave Butler, and I purchased, dude, the stickers on these things are insane. I've got D6 dice, okay, as well as a 20-sided die, which was only 50 cents. I was pleasantly surprised. I was expecting this to be one of those overpriced $5 gizmos. And this Cheez-X set, and she said that it's going to help me with my retreats and my rolls and my deflections or something. So we got something D&D-ish going on. And I've never done Dungeons and Dragons in my freaking life, but apparently 100th part of what Alma did in the Book of Mormon. Tell us what's going on, Dave. What's going on?
Yeah, there's the great line in Alma. Is it Alma 20? I forget where it is exactly, where Mormon says, I cannot tell you the 100th part of our, and there's a big long list of our commerce and our exploration and our wars, and right, just a reminder of the many things that happen in the Book of Mormon setting we're not privy to. It's not only is it not a comprehensive history, it's not really a history in the sense that we think about it, right? It's a very special kind of history, and Mormon reminds us there's a whole bunch we left out. So we're going to take the Book of Mormon setting as a role-playing setting, and we'll see how this goes. There are live-streamed role-playing games, and people do play Book of Mormon D&D. I think this is a world first where we're going to do live-streamed Book of Mormon role-playing. But if it goes well, the plan is to do sort of a short kind of, maybe 4-episode kind of campaign, and then we'll see.
So how does one campaign, like, do I need to go in and get a cloak? Like, I have to
I hope
just...
you will. Cardon, if you do that, I will give you bonuses. I'll give you extra hit points. You can, and
do I have to return Brittany for the less attractive model, so I can fit in with the other D&D guys? What's going on here? Do I just...
What was that?
Savage. That's a shots fired.
I don't know. I mean, I saw some of the cats that were waiting for the store to open up, and standing in line with them, I felt a little out of place. That's all I'm going to say.
They were low-level gamers. So when they get more experience, they get better looking.
Okay,
so,
cool.
You will too, don't worry.
My guess is, having met her once, my guess is Fidget could probably give you some cosplay tips, because I think that young lady came in cosplay to Jonah's launch. So
as Tiankum.
As Tiankum. So you're looking for like a good tip on where to get a Nephite cloak. I think Fidget's a good source.
Okay, cool. I gotta say, dude, like, if you're a girl and you do anything cosplay and D&D, like, you are set for life. Like if I were a girl and something happened to me, like my husband died or I just wanted to never have to work again another day of my life, I would just dress as some hot elvish character and go to the closest cosplay convention I could find and then just watch millionaire geeks that have the patent for some algorithm that designed something online that have zero social skill but all the money in the world just throw money at me more than an e-girl. Like that is what I would do. And I know that sounds cynical and I know that sounds transactional, but
It does.
yeah, it does. Yeah,
Solid
but like,
backup
It
plan.
is. in
so
fact.
just life tip out there. If something happens, just throw on some cosplay. So okay, cool. So
Jeez.
what do I do? I'm seeing all kinds of things in the script. I've got a picture of a Mesoamerican BA warrior that I'm just putting up on the screen right now.
Oh, that's
And-
me.
Oh, that's you.
That's my guy. Yeah.
So you get the tough one right here. So that's your character.
Oh,
And
did you
then-
guys do like art of your characters?
Well, I mean, AI
couple
did
did.
art of
Yeah.
my one sentence description of my character.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and now we've got possible
should've
Book of
done
Mormon sites in relation to each other. So are we gonna do like a quest? Is this like Leroy Jenkins? What's going on?
I
does that
hope
mean?
it'll be very much like Leroy Jenkins. That'll be an exciting time. So I think we want to go kind of shortish. Hour
And
and a
this
half, 2
script,
hours at most.
this script.
I've written a kind of 2.5-page script just to kick us off, to set up some of the opening scene and then drop us right into the action. Maybe it's worth obviously Word Radio is very high production, but this is not an existing show. We don't have graphics like Critical Role or whatever. But maybe it's worth taking a minute and people just saying, "Hey, here's my character, a couple notable things about my character."
Yeah,
should
that's
say-
a good idea.
Yeah, the overall arching the connection that these characters have in common is that they are young scouts and warriors who report to Gideon during the reign of King Noah in the city of Lehi, Nephi. Okay.
Okay.
Who do you want to start, Dave?
Let's start with you. You got your picture in there.
That's awesome,
That's
especially if we
true.
can share your pictures. That's great.
Okay. And
Okay.
before we get started, I just want to make sure that I'm doing this right. I'll occasionally, I guess, pause us for super chats. And make sure you like this stream. Please let me know in the chat. Am I the only one that's never done Dungeons and Dragons before? Like,
Oh, I haven't.
You haven't? Okay, thank
No.
goodness, Luke.
Oh, I definitely
I had
have.
to. I just got this thing. Let's see if it can zoom on it. I don't think it can.
You just got
But
that
this
There you
thing.
go.
my Ziff. I got my Ziff D20 in the mail 2 days ago.
Oh,
yeah.
So now I'm all
Nice.
ready to go.
your D20. Wow, I'm learning the lingo already. I assume that means a 20-sided die, right?
That sounds
Yes.
so natural
Yes.
coming out of your
Yes.
mouth, Cardon.
Okay. So Stephen Diamond says, does Cardon get a Temple Rock as a weapon for his character? What would the stat block be? We should do an episode of this in Rexburg. I'm down for an episode in Rexburg. I
We
don't know what
could make the dice out of temple rocks.
that would be
Whoa.
both blasphemous and super cool simultaneously.
No,
It does
as
feel
long as you're
blasphemous.
only playing the Book of Mormon games with them, not the other ones.
Yeah.
And when you're casting lots like Nephi and Laman,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah, yeah.
Very
There-
right.
then you're safe.
So it's not a D6, it's a lot. Is that what we're saying?
It's a,
I think
sure,
lots were like-
sure.
I don't know.
Tiny.
I think-
so tiny.
Yeah.
Leon McBain says, how long before the party turns to murder hobos? I don't know what that is.
It'll happen immediately.
I feel
No.
so
I made
lost.
myself
Perpetual
weak
risk.
so that I wouldn't be tempted.
I feel so lost right now, but this is great. I just went from being super lost recording an episode of Young Ward Radio with all the Gen Alpha guys. We did an episode on slang, Gen Alpha slang, and the sentences coming out of these cats were unintelligible. And now I'm just back in it, but in another unintelligible place. I have been humbled today. So, first counselor, let our super chats affect the dice rolls. Oh,
Oh, that's a fun
yeah, it's an
idea.
interesting idea.
I don't even know how that'd work.
Neither do I
Well,
either.
someone suggested someone bought Crandall Logan paid a $10 super chat to buy one reroll for Brad.
Oh, look at that.
Nice.
Wow.
All right.
Okay. All right.
I'm willing to bank those. That's all right.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
And Jesse said, love your Rodney Norman shirt. Yes, enjoy your stupid life. That's as geeky as I could go today. Most of my shirts are just individual colors, maybe a graphic tee. Jesse, thank you very much for that super chat. And Minor Prophet Ian Malcolm says, if this doesn't work out, there's always Warhammer, which I found out this week. Who's the very handsome actor that plays Uncle and Superman?
Henry Cavill.
Yeah, Henry Cavill is super into Warhammer, I think.
Yeah,
he
he's a
is.
geek.
Yep.
So Leon McBain
Brother.
again. Yeah, Leon McBain again says the next set of sessions, I can DM a Joseph Smith Killed All the Werewolves universe, prepare for Nauvoo Sunstone Maces and Giardoni air rifle tech. Wow. Okay, cool.
Whoa.
I think the most disappointed people when I actually publish the real Joseph Smith Killed All the Werewolves, the first one, is going to be all the fan fiction writers. In fact, at this point, we might have to do some kind of collaboration or something to make the universe make all sense, right? But anyway, then Crandall Logan also says, this chat equals 1 reroll for Brad Whitbeck. Yeah, we got that one. Last 2 is David Olson says, glad to see both Whitbecks here tonight, and thank you. It's reminded me to order your second and third books, hardcovers on the way. Do you got hardcovers, Brad?
Oh, heck yeah, man.
They're gorgeous.
They're so beautiful. Check this out. It's kind of cool.
Get it.
Ooh.
Wow, hardcovers. You're moving on up, dude. That's cool.
They're so nice. Check it out. Look, we've got the regular cover here, but then underneath the jacket, boom, secret cover.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
Ah,
Nice.
What
Correct.
nice.
legit. That looks like it belongs in the gaming shop. Actually, you should just send me some hardcovers. I became friends with the lady that owned the gaming shop, and they just bought it. In January. It's under new ownership. It had been under old owners for 10 years. And apparently they're doing well enough with their Warhammer, it's called, trinkets,
Yeah.
that people are trying to steal from them. They had photos of all these people. It was a mother and son combo where the mother would go to the counter and try and
Shoplifting.
distract the person behind the counter. So the son went in with a bomber jacket, and then they figured out that he was stuffing so much crap inside of his bomber jacket that he was trying to leave looking like a square. And so the lady behind the counter that was the new owner, had only owned it for like less than 6 months, hollered out, and the Dungeons and Dragons guys came out and like tackled him, and they did like the toughest thing they've ever done in their life. You know what I'm saying? And they like straight up,
Throwing these shots at the nerds. They're
am I
hungry.
touching a nerve, Riley? Am I touching a
First of all,
nerve?
these guys did the. No, look. There's 2 things here. First of all, they're not trinkets. They're minis. They're
Okay.
minis. But secondly, the reason they were. I mean, look. I'm not trying to suggest that they should be stealing. Obviously, that was a bad idea. But Games Workshop has priced its miniatures so they become so expensive. I'm not saying that justifies it, but one understands almost, right? This is
Whoa.
what you witnessed was not like stealing toothpaste. It was more like a jewelry heist. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so if you were Bishop, I'm just curious. If you were Bishop, at what
Wait,
point? At what point would you go from saying like slap on the wrist, you shouldn't have done that, to like, I kind of understand. So toothpaste, you
Well,
would
I think
slap the young man on the wrist and be like, that there's no excuse. But if it's a Warhammer mini, not a trinket, then you empathize and you would say, look, the times are tough.
Well, then I would say, look, you really need to really show some sincere, desire to make up for what you've done. And so you need to come over and put in 20 hours painting my mini collection.
Oh, jeez.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
That's how he would right the wrong. Jeff,
That's the move.
are you familiar with this world, Jeff Borders? You are the author that inspired this whole little thing right here.
yeah.
And your book is the one that we are going to be talking about all night. Is this all Chinese to you as it is to me, or is this what you do in the hospital by day as a respiratory therapist? While everybody else is fornicating in the medical closet, are you there with the righteous ones?
Yeah, don't
playing
give away all
D&D?
my secrets. No. No, actually, junior high was the last time I played some sort of tabletop role-playing game, unless you count board games like Gloomhaven or Talisman or something like that. But
Ish.
ish, yeah.
Gloomhaven.
So
Wow. Okay. Actually, I have heard of Gloomhaven. That one made it to Target, and it started out as a Kickstarter, right?
Jaws of the Lion made it to Target. The full-on Gloomhaven, I don't think, is in Target.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
any
Cool.
game can make it to Target if you're committed enough.
All right.
Well, online on the shelves.
That's funny. And then
Lucy,
last
you know
super
that.
chat.
Thank you, Brad.
Last super chat before we start from Fidget the Crazy said, Jonah as a bard, I think we need this. I'd also recommend Etsy. There's patterns you can make cloaks with. That's what I used for Tiankum's cape. Yes. But also
Nice.
pre-made
Rock on.
cloaks too. Okay. I promise this. I make this commitment. You know, I'm starting to do this new thing. Goal. If I do if we get in this live stream, it's going to be tough. 30 super chats, but they can be small ones. I will wear a cloak on the next one.
Ooh.
Cardon
Whoa.
will
Whoa.
wear
With a hood
cloak.
and everything.
With a hood. I'll have to buy one off of like Amazon or something. I hope they're less than $100. Or this is a net loss for me. You know what
Get
I'm
one of
saying?
those nice like blanket cloaks.
No, get a
So
real
the
one.
only reason why I know even what Gloomhaven is because I had a brother-in-law that was so into games that he would buy that type of gaming table where
Oh yeah.
it could like wheel down and then you'd put the wood back over it. It was a normal table by day, but then by night you could take off the top and then wheel the board back to the top. And he had this group that he would play with where you could not, like, they would beta test a lot of new games and you weren't allowed in the room if you weren't wearing a cloak, if you weren't in costume as a character. Like, that's how committed these people were.
Now,
Those
to be
tables
fair,
are so expensive.
Yeah,
With the
wormwood
crank?
tables. Yeah, the wormwood tables. That was what they were called. He had a
Yeah,
wormwood
wormwood.
table.
Yes.
Okay,
That's
Brad.
like $12,000.
one thing I think cloaks should come back in style. They're kind of awesome.
It's true.
Okay. All right, so lead
Nothing's
us off.
stopping us.
Lead the
Yes.
charge. Who's leading the charge?
I
see
believe
the
I am
script.
introducing my character.
Okay,
Yeah,
introduce your character.
Share
Go,
Arvid, you
go.
got it. That's awesome.
So, I have named. I put the picture of him in the Discord. That's the one
Yeah.
Cardon showed a little bit earlier.
Okay.
His name is Mahani. I just kind of threw together some Book of Mormon names.
Okay.
So I named him Mahani, and he is a Lamanite.
Okay.
He's the Lamanite in the group, and he's part of the clan of the Great Spirit. So the Lamanite religion, not the Law of Moses or the Abinadi religion.
And this is some
However-
AI generated art, I assume, right?
Yeah, his axe. I don't know what it thought it was doing with the axe, but he has
Okay.
2 axes, got some armor going on. He's pretty big and buff. He's got the typical Lamanite traits. He's not very chaste, but he is generous, honest, and spiritual. And actually, Mahani is unusually trustful for a Lamanite, which helps him integrate into this more Nephite-coded group that he's with. He has a couple of skills and passions. He's actually, for being a warrior, he's not too bad at first aid, and actually has a decent amount of insight into other people's feelings and stuff. He's a little sensitive like that. And he has an unbelievably strong passion for the jungle and tapirs. He just loves them for some reason. And so that's Mahani.
Is this
You,
how you
you
play?
mean horses, right?
The jungle and tapirs. I don't know what to tell you. That's what he loves.
So, Dave, what's my character? Am I just supposed to make this up on the spot? Did I not come prepared? What?
I emailed you a character.
Oh, you emailed me a
I
character.
did.
Can you?
But I will happily drop it in the Zoom chat here.
Okay, cool.
Why don't I do that while maybe Jeff can take a second and talk about
Okay,
his
Jeff,
character.
tell us your character really fast.
Yeah, so I dropped a picture, the guy with the bow and arrow or the long haired. This is Kanai Ha. He's a Xenophite warrior from the Path of the Stars, which is kind of an Abinadi like. He's got a real love for Abinadi, and he is kind of the navigator of the group, navigates by the stars, and has a love for astronomy and can often get distracted staring off into space and pondering the cosmos. So,
Okay, cool. Rock on. Who's next?
I think I'll go next. So, we don't have art. Riley and I were a little less prepared than that. But my character, Azanai, he is of a descent of the Nephite line of the tribe of Joseph. His name's kind of reminiscent of Joseph's wife, Asenath. Now, Azanai has a pet jaguar, and it is a black jaguar, like a panther, right? And its name, I was going maybe with Ocelotl, but then was like, no, that's too Mesoamerican. We're gonna go with Onyx to fit the dark color that he's got.
Oh yeah.
Basically, Azanai is not like the strongest in the bunch. He has a little bit of a hatred of Lamanites, which might come in a little bit of conflict with Luke, especially because he's probably going to be relying on Luke to save his life relatively often. And yeah, he put all of his points into charisma, and just we're going to see how it goes. Was a court entertainer for King Noah, right? He helped train the jaguars. So
I should probably point out that Mahani has a hatred of the Lamanite king. They had a bit of a falling out, and that's why he is in this particular group.
oh, we share that.
Backstory.
We share the hatred of the Lamanite king, but obviously not the Lamanites writ large.
Circles and squares.
Okay, cool.
It'll be fine.
All right, and then Dave Butler, read yours, my man.
No, I don't have one. I'm the game master.
What about me?
What about Riley, Cardon?
Oh,
He's
whoops, sorry,
right here.
Riley. Sorry, I'm sorry. I
Thanks,
apologize.
Cardon.
You do everything so together, and you're such a perfect pair. I assumed it was all done, and you were doing this together. I'm sorry.
No, we got to hear my backstory. Okay.
Okay, cool.
So I've only played D&D a few times, and I've never really learned all the rules, but I do know how to come up with a backstory. So here we go. My girl's name is Raya, Riah. She is a descendant of the Jaredites. So she was part of the Jaredite, like, kings and queens ship. She was the sister to somebody. Brad's gonna figure out who exactly, but she was the sister of one of the like royal brothers who like wanted to usurp the throne. And so but she as a child got a scar in one of the big battles, so she's got like this wicked face scar, okay? And because of that, no one ever wanted to like marry her off for like trade and deals and stuff. And so her brother trains her to be a sniper assassin, and she like is able to like do all his dirty work. And then her job toward the end of the Jaredite times, her one little hit that she was supposed to make, she was supposed to take out Ether. But then as she's got the shot lined up, she can't do it. She gets moved upon by the spirit. She doesn't know what to do. She ditches her old life. She was part of all the secret combinations, but she bails. She runs away, runs into this crew. So she's got these mad sniping skills, but she doesn't know what she's doing with her life because she doesn't know the Lord, you know? So, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Sick.
Yeah.
Now, I pulled up your thing.
Yeah.
Bro. And this is what showed up. Religious traits, the clan of the Great Spirit, the fortress of the law, and the path of the stars.
Yeah.
And then,
So your character
okay.
is a Xenophite follower of the law of Moses. He is rugged, beyond belief, and reasonably agile, which hopefully make up for his average size and strength and his slightly below average personal charisma. He's a fighter with scimitar shield, breastplate, head plate. He's got a quiver of 5 javelins on his hip. He's also the commander of the squad of scouts. Because some of his skills, if you look on the second tab, you'll see skills.
Yeah, I see that. I see that.
Include battle. So he's and as well as awareness, and I think a little persuade also. He's sort of the sergeant of the squad. He's got a little bit of tactics, a little bit of command skills.
Wow, this is pretty cool. And I see that he's good with an axe in battle, that he is loyal to Gideon, loves his family, the jungles, and tapers. And apparently I'm good at
me.
Oh, crap.
You're looking at me.
Oh, whoops. Sorry. I was okay.
You
I'm
don't
an idiot.
care about tapirs.
Yeah, sorry.
No
So here's
care
what
about
Mid-Journey
No
This
mistake.
is what Mid-Journey said my character looks like right here, and I'm very proud of him. He also can read the language on the wall in the temple, and saw the hand of
Ooh.
God write the language in the wall in the temple, and he's the only one that saw it. And
So he's a
Midjourney-
Minidab?
Maybe. I mean, look, this is fantasy.
Who are you to
right?
say? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
Whoa.
how dare you
Yeah.
assume my prophetic status? So, so this is my guy right there. And dice roll 20, go. Hey, I actually got a 20. I'm going to
Sure.
win.
Nice. Well done. That
Okay,
can be
cool.
a terrible
Beautiful.
result in this game, but
Oh,
yes.
nice. Well done.
Okay, cool. So let's go, man. Let's go.
Okay, there's a script.
Wait. What were everyone's names again? I just want to write them down really fast so that we make sure that we know.
Oh,
Oh.
yes.
Luke was
I
Mahani.
am Mahani.
I don't know what
I'm
I am.
Azanai.
I'm Raya. R-I-A-H. That's easy because it sounds like Riley.
And I'm Kanaiha.
And I'm lost. What am I? What's my name, Dave?
I mean, I think I put in a name, Obed Ben Issachar, but you can be whatever you want.
I am Obed Ben Issachar. That just
There it
sounds
is.
sick. I, Obed, who
Nice.
read the writing in the wall from the hand of God in the temple,
Like,
Nice.
will wear a cloak
Like-
if I get more super chats. So,
He's ready.
speaking of which, Pizza Doctor says put the cloak you want on your Amazon wish list. Oh boy. All right, I'm going to do that. Truth from Earth says we need a werewolf mafia type game that simulates elections and checks and balances to us common folk actually get it. Gaddy Antons versus People of Christ. That's funny. All right. Take it away, Dave Butler.
okay, awesome. Can people the script, did that get pasted into the Discord? Is
This
that
script, I printed it out. That script?
Yeah. But Luke, did you put it in the Discord?
I
Or is it-
believe that Jeff did.
I did.
Right?
Jeff,
I put it
and
in there.
It's not in a
Yeah.
private. It's not in a private channel. It's just there in the server, one of the public channels.
It's actually, it should be just the us.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
just
it's
us.
Word radio.
Okay.
points.
Oh, okay. All right.
But
Cool.
we can
Radio.
slap it in the
Should
other
I
one at
read
some
this?
point.
Is that my contribution as I read this or what?
Well, we each read it.
We're gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna read the scene setting stuff because like I'm the game master. You're gonna figure this out, Cardon. It's all right.
Okay,
So,
chat. I gotta know. Do you guys all know what this is? Like, am I like not part of the cultural milieu of Mormonism by not having played Dungeons and Dragons?
I've never done it with a script before. I don't
Oh,
know.
okay, cool. Rock on. All right, let's do it. Let's storm the castle. Leroy Jenkins.
And this is just like the intro script. This isn't the whole
Yeah,
game.
we're not doing a
This is
movie.
just the
Yeah.
scene
This
setting.
is
Oh,
like
okay.
2 minutes to get us started. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Hit it.
100%.
Show me.
And to answer the minor prophet Ian Malcolm's question. So on the upper slopes of a hill north of Shiloh in the late afternoon, thunder rolls. Storm clouds are blowing in from the western hills. A platoon of 5 scouts stands on a steep wooded slope 2/3 of the way up the mountain.
Old King Layman is blowing trouble our way again.
Oh wait, there's Cardon. Okay. He can send all the trouble he wants. I just don't want him sending snow.
No. My big Lamanite foot. You have to go 500 miles west of here to find a mountain tall enough to get snow.
Riley.
Yeah.
Do you
We
guys
don't have the
We
script,
can't
guys. I
find
can't
it.
find
Oh.
it anywhere. Sorry, I was looking so hard.
Say, I think you mean south, Riley. Just say it.
I think
Yeah.
you mean south.
Yes.
I said
Hold
what
on.
I said.
Anyone else see that smoke?
Let's
Is there
put
a
the
fire
script in
higher
there.
on the mountain?
We can't leave Brad and Riley out of this. Hold on a sec.
Sorry.
I am so sorry, guys. I was looking through the Discord and I'm
Brad's
just
doing
not seeing it
some
anywhere.
No,
The
it's
Discord has a separate thread.
I'm texting
But
it to you right now,
also-
Brad.
The Zoom chat
Okay.
itself.
The Zoom
Has
chat
it
It is
itself
too.
has a script.
100% not in the Zoom chat. There's
Well, the Zoom chat will only have things that were put in there after you joined.
Oh, yes.
Oh, there we go. That's
I
probably
Now
why.
it'll show up in the Zoom chat.
Sweet, beautiful. Thank you, guys.
Okay, so we
Okay.
got to
Should
start
we
again.
just start from the top?
Yeah, start from the top. Let's do it. We're all ready.
Okay,
Because
now
I'm looking at
we've done a
cloaks.
rehearsal.
Yeah, there we go. Now everyone's aware.
Yeah.
Okay. The upper slopes of a hill north of Shiloh in the late afternoon, thunder rolls, storm clouds are blowing in from the western hills. A platoon of 5 scouts stands on a steep wooded slope 2/3 of the way up the mountain.
Old King Layman is blowing trouble our way again.
He can send all the trouble he wants. I just don't want him sending snow.
Snow, my big Lamanite foot. You have to go 500 miles west if you're to find a mountain tall enough to get snow.
Not if you're a Heartlander.
I think you mean south.
I said what I said.
Not if you're a Heartlander.
Hey, keep to the script.
Oh, sorry.
It's not improv.
Anyone else see that smoke? Is there a fire higher on the mountain?
Hey, is this where the girls go where they dance? It's somewhere around here, isn't it?
It's close. You're not supposed to know exactly where it is.
When they wear those cute little green caps to honor the spring maiden
They can be different colors, actually.
with little embroidered flowers, right?
And bring Gideon his half a
Cardon.
horse. Oh, crap. No, I didn't realize I printed it two-sided. Sorry. This feels very specific.
Linked together like a cute little green crown of spring.
Maybe you should be paying closer attention to the curlum.
The party's very useful fur-bellied northern curlum misses its footing and drags Azanai several steps downhill before he brings it to a stop by yanking on the lead rope.
Oh,
I am kind of sick of corn, not gonna lie. What's our share of those recovered horses supposed to be?
The Order Guard takes 1 part in 10 of rustled herd beasts it recovers. Half of that goes to Gideon, half to us.
So we get 1 in 5.
1 in 20. So if the herd is 20 horses, we get to keep 1.
Right. So, okay, so hear me out. I say we eat our share.
You could
Right now.
just wait. Even if we don't catch the rustlers, we're due back in the city of Lehi Nephi tomorrow.
we eat 1 if the herd is over 20 horses.
Okay. If the herd is 10 horses, then we eat half a horse, right? Come on, who's with me? I can't be the only one who's tired of parched corn gruel.
And bring Gideon his half with a horse head?
What's he gonna do with half of a live horse? Ride it?
Someone's up in the trees above us. Not the thicket real close, the grove farther up.
Kanaiha crouches behind a rock and knocks an arrow to the string of his bow.
Someone or something? If it's a wild goat, we should eat it.
All right, 2 arrows come sailing down the slope, sink into the thick leathery hide on the Curlum's back. What do you do?
I'm gonna fire back at him.
Okay. What's your dexterity, by the way, Jeff?
It's 18.
I want to roll a 20-sided die here. We'll test your initiative against the Lamanite archers.
2.
Okay, nice. So you see 2 archers in the further grove. Actually, let's get an awareness roll from everybody. That's on your skill sheet. You're trying to roll a die 20 less than or equal to your awareness.
Ooh, I rolled a 3. And
That's a
awareness 5.
success. Awareness is at least 5. 5 is your minimum.
I rolled a 1.
A 1 also success.
Do I get to count my first roll, that 20 that I got, or do I have to go with the 8?
You don't
that I
want the
just
20.
got?
That'll be a
want the 20.
spectacular failure.
Oh, I got an 8.
Oh, perfect. So at 8 is your target number because your awareness is 8. That's a critical success. That means you perceive very clearly the 4 Lamanites that are in the nearer, or the 4 look like Lamanites in the nearer grove of trees to you, who are crouched down and hold scimitars in their hands.
So I just nuked. So I'm good at this.
I run in front of everybody else and kind of like usher them back and try and wave and make them aware that I'm also a Lamanite.
Okay, awesome. Jeff, you get to shoot first.
All right.
You take a shot, roll a die 20 against your bow skill. You're trying to hit equal to or under.
Ooh, 18.
That's probably
My
a
bow
miss.
is 11.
Oh, that's a bad miss. That's a bad miss. It's a miss.
I'm
Okay,
gonna hang
awesome.
my head in shame and walk away.
Luke, you've been
I'm-
running out in front, waving your arms. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm gonna pull out my shield to guard this Carillum.
Okay,
And tell
awesome.
Onyx to go forward and seek into the woods to see if he can find any of our enemies.
Okay, make an animal. You got a craft animal handler skill, right? You want to make a roll
Yeah,
against that? Okay.
I got a
And are you
2.
defend? Awesome. The onyx goes creeping off up towards the. So what was the instruction to see if you can find enemies?
Yeah,
Okay.
and maybe
You
eat their faces if he wants to.
you send onyx to go attack. Okay. Awesome. Are you standing in front of or behind the Kiralam to defend it?
I'm gonna stand in front of the Kirilam.
Okay. It's
Kirilam?
several times bigger than you. Um,
Whoa.
you're now protecting it with your shield. Riley, what are you doing?
I'm gonna admit I'm a little bit confused. I don't know who's coming or why or what we're trying to do. So I don't
That's
really
accurate.
know.
We've seen Lamanites in the woods, and 2 arrows just shot at us.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm a sniper, so I'm gonna shoot back, right? Yeah.
Do it. What's your skill?
Okay.
Roll a die.
What am I supposed to do?
Okay, so on combat skill, go ahead and roll.
Okay.
You get a 20-sided die, and
Oh,
you're
I
trying to
don't
roll
know.
underneath it.
No, that's perfect.
It was a 1.
That's a hit. What are you shooting?
Trying to shoot whatever. I'm shooting the direction we got shot from.
I think weapon.
Whoa, what am I shooting? Oh, I'm shooting a bow.
Yeah, that's my question.
I thought that was my bad. My bad.
Right.
No, it's not a blow dart. It's a
Her sniper bow from the Jaredite days.
Jaredite sniper
Okay.
longbow.
Okay. All right, so
At
roll
least one
3
of
dice
us is
6
hitting.
damage.
Which ones?
Some D6.
The
4.
cubic, you only need to know 2 dice. The cubes,
2?
yeah, so roll 3 of those.
Okay.
1, 2, 5.
4, 2, and 5.
Okay, so you're shooting at the guys who are shooting at you.
Yep.
Okay, so you fire up. You're pretty sure you hit one of them. Hard to see the details. Actually, Cardon, what are you doing?
I am preparing a very explosive and incendiary potion to
Yeah.
throw in the direction of the bad guys to create a smoke screen so we can escape.
That is a thing you can try to do. It's not a thing that has any connection with your prior experience or background.
Oh, so what do I do?
Well, things that have connections with your prior experience and background include the scimitar and the shield that you have and the javelins that you have on your.
Then I'm going to throw a javelin through the heart of the guy that pissed me off because I was enjoying my lunch until he bothered me.
That means one of the archers?
Yeah. I'm just going to javelin
Okay.
him through the heart and then the other one through the skull.
All right, so grab
already
that
took
die
out
20
one.
and roll it.
Okay, so I take out a D20 and I roll it.
You're trying to roll equal to or less than your javelin, which I think is 15. Your principal skills are combat.
Okay, my principal
Trying
skills
to
are
get 15
combat.
or less.
And I got a crap. I got to find it now. I got a 9
That's a hit. Okay.
through the skull. I got him through the skull, or did I get him through the throat?
Well, let's see how much damage it is. So, what's the damage on your javelin? 3 dice 6. So roll 3 dice 6 damage.
Okay, so 3 dice 6. These are the regular dice, right?
The cubic dice, yeah.
Okay, cool. So I take the D6s and I roll how many of them?
Be 3.
3. And I got 8, 9.
Okay. Okay, you hit him. It's not in the head. You hit him a sort of a grazing shot on the side of his leg.
No, I
but
didn't. I'm too good for that. I don't miss.
True.
You're playing this
appreciate your
game
input.
wrong, bro. I don't miss in the javelin. I'm a warrior.
Okay, you're right. He's dead.
He's so
but
in character
also
right
still
now.
going to shoot back at you, because somehow, despite being dead, he
So
is
then I
not
just
going-
take it and I pull it out and then I go and I stab him through the eye
But you
with
have
it.
to see if it hits you first.
Yeah, we got to hear his roll.
So the
okay.
javelin's kind of far away, stuck in another guy now.
Oh, okay.
The 2 archers shoot back, one at Jeff and one at Cardon, and those are both hits. So Cardon, you take an arrow. Actually, it's in your right leg.
To the knee.
It is.
He takes
it's
an
not
arrow to
going
the
into
knee.
the thigh, but it misses. It misses big veins. Jeff you take a very light wound to your right arm.
The flesh wound.
Okay.
Okay. Pizza Doctor says put the cloak you want in on the wish list. I'm doing that. It's hard to find a cloak that's 2XL for tall men, but looks like there's some scarves that are very tasteful that I'm going to find out. Truth from Earth says Trump and Elon are like the syndrome from The Incredibles, fighting a threat that they added a hand in creating so they can look like heroes. DNC 9810. 12A is poison. Okay, I don't know if there's poison in this game, but we'll find out. And then Scottish Warrior says Trump and Elon like Moroni and the chief judge getting rid of Gantians and Kingsman. Trump got saved by God. I'm amongst the visions who witnessed. Not as good as my witnessing the hand of the Lord on the temple before I shoved a javelin through the throat of a sniper. And then Mike Bell says we mustn't forget super chats, you knobs. Is knob a pejorative in
Noob.
Dungeons and Dragons? I think he said knobs, not noobs, right?
No, it's pronounced noob, Cardon. If you weren't a noob, you would know that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm
Sorry.
just kidding. I'm sorry.
You know, I sound like savage. And Mike Bell says, don't forget to like, please. Thank you very much, Mike, for reminding us.
Yeah.
So I pulled the javelin out of the throat of the first guy that I killed.
He's
and
kind
then
of far away, though.
Yeah, we're not there. I'm the
So-
one running towards them.
Do I
Yes,
rip
We
a
he's
guy's
see
in
how
the
many
middle.
of them are left.
And I think your hands are up, and I think you don't have weapons in your hand. Is that right?
Okay.
Well, yeah, because they're in my belt.
Because I think they're
And
on
so
your
I'm
belt.
trying to tell them to
Yeah.
stop. Can I
So-
see how many are left?
So 4 guys come running out of
Okay.
and just give me a die 20 roll here, will you? 4 guys come running down towards.
All right. I got a 14.
Yeah. So these
Oh,
aren't
sorry, a 13.
these aren't regular tribal warriors or warriors from the retinue of King Layman. These are robbers. These are desperados, possibly even the horse rustlers that you've been sent up to the mountain to fight. So let's get declarations. So Jeff, what are you doing this round?
I'd like to try to snipe past Luke's head and hit one of them as they're coming
Okay.
towards him.
You can do that. There's only a very small risk you shoot Jeff. Sorry, you shoot Luke.
I mean, whatever. I'm
There's
just-
also a small risk you shoot
He's a
Jeff, to
Lamanite.
be honest. Not high.
Hey.
Luke, what are you doing this round?
All right. Well, I have noticed that they are not just normal Lamanites, but they're
Correct.
street robbers. And
Like,
so
from
I
their
have
point of
now
view, they're not
adopted.
Lamanites at all, really.
I have now whipped out the axes and I continue to run towards them.
Okay,
And
awesome.
now I'm out for blood.
Cardon, what are you doing?
I'm reading some super chats. Can I grab those really fast?
Sure.
Gaddy Ant and Leech for the BBEG. That sounds like some ad in
Yeah,
like
Hanson Lich, Cardon.
Oh, I thought it was
That's
like
a-
a singles ad. Like they could only pay for like 20, for
The
like
kind of an
20.
undead.
Oh,
It's like an
okay.
undead
Like a
wizard.
vampire or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an undead wizard.
Okay. McBunny8
Yeah.
says, my dad owned a comic/gaming store. I have a ton of dice. Can I give you all one next Friday? Sure. I guess we need more 20-sided die. Ken Carsey says you should interview Sandy Peterson. He's LDS and created the Call of Cthulhu RPG. I
Whoa.
saw that in the store today when I was buying the dice. The die. No, because it's
Dice.
it's
Die.
plural.
Plural.
That was in there. A Call of Cthulhu. It's a board game, if I'm not mistaken. And then Rich Kid 3218, not very rich because he can only afford a $2 super chat. No, I'm just kidding, dude. That is
Shots fired.
Cardon
kidding.
hates everyone
I
tonight.
totally just because I'm not allowed to stab the guy in the eyeball with the freaking arrow. Like I would totally want to. I was robbed on my mission at gunpoint, and the only thing I want to do is take the pistol out of that guy's hand and beat him over the head with it. But my mission president wouldn't let me because they'd have to close the area down. It was one of the most frustrating hours of my life. So anyway, Rich Kid says, Cardon only, how about everyone? ? And then Fidget says she's sending me a bunch of cloaks to choose from. Okay, I'm going to get Fidget cloaks and Amazon.com cloaks. Continue with what I do. I want to throw my other javelin.
Okay. All right, you're throwing a javelin. Fantastic. Okay.
I'm
Rising
I'm
Bride, what are you
gonna
doing?
get my shield ready, pull out my scimitar, however that's said, and then prep myself between the attackers and our Karelim.
The wave of
Kirillon.
robbers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is named Jeff, it turns out, by the way. Although
What a great name.
It has the affectionate nickname of Fluffy.
Fluffy.
Oh.
I'm gonna
it's-
guard Fluffy and hope that Onyx can find a way to help us out here.
Okay, fantastic. So
And then
Riley.
Raya?
Quick question: so Fluffy? Is this? Are we going with like a mammoth? Am I picturing a mammoth here?
I don't know what a mammoth is.
What am I picturing? What is Fluffy?
Well, it's got a furry belly and it's got a thick leather kind of hide on its back, and it's very useful.
That's all I get.
It's a Curelong.
It's a
Great.
Curelong, right?
All right. So, okay, got it. All right. Well, I'm gonna take out my arrows again, and I'm gonna, just level some arrows at the most aggressive looking enemy.
Okay, awesome. So everybody who is firing a missile weapon, go ahead and roll your attack.
Okay. Is mine a missile weapon?
Yes, your javelin's a missile weapon. Yep.
Okay. So I roll 3 dice.
Nope, you roll a 20-sided die and try and get under your skills. You're trying to get 15 or below.
15 or below. Okay. So I just rolled a 12.
That's a hit. Okay, and roll 3 dice, 6 damage.
Okay. 3
Why
dice.
is it golf?
6 damage.
Why is it
I
golf?
got 5 plus 4 plus 1. So I got 10.
Okay, so this is against the same Lamanite who now has 2 javelins in him. The same robber, 2 javelins in him, and he's lying still. He's collapsed into the brush.
Okay. So then I pull out the javelin and then I slam him through the stomach so he actually dies a slow death of stomach acid filling his abdominal cavity.
You're not by
until
him, Cardon.
Yeah, you're not by him. You're somewhat down the hill, and there are robbers running towards you with scimitars in their hands.
Then I just rip off their arms and I beat their friends with it.
They're not to you yet.
Then I
They're not
grab
to you
his
yet.
esophagus.
And they're going to hit Luke and Brad first.
Cardon, just accept that this is the slowest paced fighting you'll
okay,
ever
all right.
encounter.
Jeff, how'd your shot go?
I got a 10.
Okay, so roll your damage. I think your damage is 4 dice 6, isn't it?
Yeah, 4 dice 6. Yeah.
Yeah. You've got a bigger bow and you're a strong.
I got
fella.
11.
But you didn't get a very good damage roll, did you? Little subpar. You shoot the Lamanite in the foot. This is the other
Sounds
archer
right.
you're shooting?
Huh?
Is the other archer you're shooting?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Riley, so there's four robbers running down the hill. There's one more archer standing up in the further bushes. Who are you shooting at? And how
Which
does it
one?
go?
Which one looks the most aggressive? Like
They
murdering?
all look pretty aggressive and mad and dirty and maybe hungry.
Then I'm picking the tallest one.
Okay,
That's
you're
the
shooting
archer?
tallest
Guy.
one. He's in the mass running down towards you. Awesome.
Great.
So roll a die 20, and compare it to your skill.
I rolled one and it was a 17, but I don't really know where to compare my skill. What do I look at?
I don't think her bow is there on
Yes.
this sheet.
We'll sort of flow with your character sheet a little bit, and we'll make some adjustments after, because
Okay.
I know you're seeing it for the very first time.
Sorry.
Okay, so you're good. So you got a 15 in your bow skill, so that's a miss. It's a near miss.
No.
So close.
Okay, so Brad and Luke, you guys are each hit by 2 robbers. So these are opposed rolls. So Luke, let's go with you first. What are you doing? You fighting both of them? You gonna focus on one, let the other one hit you?
Oh, okay. They're both like right next to each other running at me.
They're charging. They're coming down
Okay.
the hill at you, waving their big slashy scimitars.
Okay. I'm going to try to steer into the one that's looks like he's slightly ahead or slightly closer to me and just try and take him out really quick.
Okay, so you're gonna ignore one and just try and just get the other one immediately.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Do I get to
So,
beat the
roll-
other one with his own arm yet?
They're not at you, Cardon.
No,
We're
not yet.
getting there. We're
Oh.
getting
His
there.
arm is
Okay.
still attached. You impaled him with javelins.
Okay.
Okay, roll a 20-sided die, Luke.
All right. Oh, I got a 3.
Okay. So what's your damage? Is it 4 dice 6? Remind me, or 5 dice 6? You're like the biggest, hulkiest guy in the party.
Yeah, I'm 66.
66. Okay. So you whack the first guy. Roll. He misses. Roll your 60.
Point of order. Point of order.
Yes.
Brad. I'm not Brad. I meant Dave. Sorry. Robert Hall just sent a super chat and notes that Bigfoot just emerged from the woods holding a protester sign saying, "I'm not Kane." Roll
Yeah.
to see if Sasquatch is actually Kane. Can somebody roll
So
to
so
see?
that's
I'm
actually
doing
only
it.
in Cardon's imagination. His character.
And
Same
then
scene where he's ripped off an arm and is beating the corpse with it.
yeah, no, but apparently, so how do we roll to see if Sasquatch is Kane or not? Is
Wait,
it-
hold on. So I did my 66 and I
Okay.
rolled a 20.
Okay, that drops him.
Awesome.
The other guy then hits you, basically an undefended shot, and you're wearing a breastplate and headplate, right?
Correct.
So you get a little scraped up over the ear, but it's pretty minor. Your headplate protects you.
Sweet.
Okay, Brad, you've got scimitar and shield, right? And two robbers are charging you with scimitar. Are you gonna try and fight them both? If you make an opposed roll against both of them, you might conceivably wound both of them.
Yeah.
But your odds are lower.
Okay. I'll do that.
Okay. What's your scimitar skill?
I think, let me see. 14.
Okay, awesome. So you're gonna be rolling against a 9 because you're fighting two guys at once.
Okay.
So roll. We'll do this one at a time. Roll the first one.
Okay. That is an 18.
You both miss each other, actually. You take a swipe at this guy, he takes a swipe at you. Passing scimitars in the night, neither one of you lands.
Sick.
Roll against the 9 again for the other guy.
My next was a 3.
Which is so this is an opposed roll and he rolled a 2. So your success is higher than his. So you're gonna damage him, he's gonna damage you, but you also get your shield and your the parry value of your scimitar. So so you're gonna subtract 13 from his damage. What's the damage on your scimitar? Is it 46?
I think so, yeah.
I think it's 46 too. So roll 46. He hits you, but your shield and your breastplate together stop you from taking any damage.
Awesome. 16.
Okay, fantastic. He collapses unconscious.
Yes.
All
right.
right, so there's one wounded guy up in the bushes still, and there's two robbers standing, one facing each of Luke and Brad. There's the other guy, gets his shot though. The guy with Riley's arrow in his leg, I think, as I recall, right? And he's shooting at Luke. And that's a miss. Another arrow
Sweet.
whizzes. All right. Next round. Cardon, what are you doing?
I just put into the Ward Radio wish list per the request of the viewer the cloak, and now you guys can actually see it. The cloak, actually, it looks pretty BA. I just put it in the Zoom chat so you guys could see it as well. And now you can envision my character a little bit better. Check it out in the Zoom chat. That is me. That is me. Okay. It's been recommended by the chat that it be a fur-lined cloak. And apparently this does indeed come in 2XL, but you should probably get me the triple XL because I'm a big boy. And it's rather affordable. And also there is with it, in addition, you don't have to get this one because apparently a javelin is for sale on Amazon, but it's about $120. But it does look pretty cool. And it's a nautical spear javelin. So that is the javelin that I threw into the arm of said robber before ripping off his arm and beating his friend with it and then stabbing him through his own eyeball with the arrow. Two last super chats. Fidget retracts hers, but thanks for the super chat. Truth from Earth says, see Revelation 13, not all miracles are of God. Mike Bell says, truth be told, this is a bizarre expenditure of time, ... In another super chat, he says, note that I said bizarre, not unentertaining. So apparently we have some fun. And Robert Hall is questioning, but what about Bigfoot? Like, that's an actual super chat. Yeah. So how do I roll?
Bigfoot failed his B cane roll.
He failed his B cane roll.
I rolled a giant die 20, and he rolled a
giant D20.
Okay, all right, cool, awesome.
We should also note there's some confusion in the chat. We are playing the Pendragon system.
Yeah.
It is not, in fact, Dungeons and Dragons. That's just on the thumbnail because people know what that is and they don't know what Pendragon is. But this is a King Arthur, Knights of the Round Table. You have like virtues and stuff. That's not
And
And
Dave
there's
is
like not
exactly right.
spells and that kind of thing, right, Dave?
It's right. If you roll your exact target number, that's a critical. So if Brad had rolled a 9
Oh.
fighting one of those robbers,
Oh.
that's a critical. A 1 would have been a success. A 20 would have been actually a fumble.
Mm.
So,
All right.
okay.
That's new.
All right.
All right. It's all good. Cardon, so are you going to run up and now rip off the robber archer's arm? Is that your plan?
No, I'm tired of using weapons. These guys have pissed me off. So barehanded, I'm going to grab his skull and then just snap it out of his body until all the rest of his
Whoa.
vertebrae come with it in one chunky
Oh my
flesh,
God.
and then drop it on the floor and then go back and have a breakfast burrito.
Cardon's got some pent-up rage.
This isn't a Marvel movie.
I,
Do you need a therapist?
Mortal Kombat.
It's just like,
Okay, that's Cardon's activity.
Fatality. Yeah.
Luke, you're facing a robber. What are you doing here this round?
Is he injured?
He's uninjured. This is the guy who took a free whack at you and just grazed your head.
Okay. He wasn't hit. He wasn't like in the foot guy or anything like that.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Is he smaller than me? Or are we about the same?
He's smaller than you. You're about as big as they come. You're
Okay.
a big, hefty guy.
Okay. I am, as long as he's not charging me immediately right now, I'm going to demand of him to tell us
Oh, he's charging you.
what
He's
they
going to hit
Okay,
you.
he's charging me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I am going to, I'm going to try and throw my axe
Okay.
and drop him before he even gets here. And if that
No,
doesn't
you
work, I'll
can't,
try
But
throwing
he's
the
right
other
next
one.
to you. He is engaged with you already. You can throw
Oh,
your
you know
axe,
what? I
but you're
imagined
gonna have
that
to-
they were coming towards me, and then I
yeah.
kind of like boomed that guy while the other guy kind of went downhill, so then I could wheel
Oh, no,
around.
you boomed the one guy, and everyone ran up and whacked you in the head
Oh, so he didn't have the momentum to keep going past
to-
me.
to rush past. No, he kept his
Okay.
footing.
Well, yeah, then I'm just gonna axe him.
Okay. Awesome. Brad, what are you doing?
I'm whistling for Onyx,
Yeah.
whistling the pre-approved signal to leap onto the back of the robber nearest Cardon and
Okay.
hopefully steer him into Cardon while distracted so that Cardon can disarm him.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. This is the remaining standing archer. So you're whistling for Onyx to attack. What are you doing about the robber who's standing right in your face with his scimitar?
I
You don't have to do anything, but he will try to hit you.
I look at him and I just wink to see if it throws him off.
Such charisma.
Okay. Okay. All right. Are you gonna try and dodge or something at least if he attacks you?
Yes. I will do that. I will try to live.
Okay, awesome. And Riley and Jeff, what are you doing?
Is something hurting me? Is something in my face? Am I good?
Nothing is in your face. There's one archer still. He's got your arrow in his leg.
Oh, so there's only far away homies? Well, maybe I'll try and
Well,
take
there's
out that
also
one.
there also is a homie attacking Brad and a homie attacking Luke. Now, your odds of hitting your friend are a little higher, but you might succeed in shooting the robber.
Am I close to the one with the dagger in Brad's face?
Yes.
All right. Well, can I like climb up him and like grab him around his neck and try to suffocate him?
Yeah, you want to make a grapple attack? Your
Yes.
brawling is probably default. It's probably like what's half your dex? It's probably 9 or something. You get a pretty high dexterity.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. You're gonna make a grapple attack.
Yes, I am. Okay.
Oh,
Roll this bad
fantastic.
boy.
Jeff, what are you doing?
I'm actually concerned that we might be getting flanked, so I want to make sure that no one is coming up behind us because I feel like a pack of 4 coming at us.
Okay.
So before I fire at the guy with Riley's arrow, I'd like to make sure no one's coming from behind us.
Okay. Does that mean you are going to do that and then fire at him, or are you just going to
Yeah.
hold off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. So that guy gets to fire first because you're checking. He shoots at Cardon, who is charging towards him, and he hits Cardon. Cardon, you're rushing up the hill, and you take an arrow, and it's in the right leg, and it's where you hit before actually. So you got a second arrow in your right leg. It's a flesh wound though. It's very minor.
Yeah.
At this point, Brad, you want to make your roll on your animal handling, your
Yeah.
craft animal handler.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's see. My animal handling. Dang it.
You missed.
I I rolled an 11. I thought it was exactly an 11, but it's a 10.
You're whistling, and Onyx is not coming. All right. So Luke, you are fighting hand to hand with a robber. So roll your scimitar skill.
Yes. I got a 10 for my
Okay.
axe.
Oh, it's an axe. Sorry, I lied. It's not a you have axes in either
I have
hand.
double axes.
Yeah, fantastic. Okay, so you hit each other. He whacks you, you whack him. So roll your damage against this guy.
Okay. A 12.
Okay. That's on like five dice six. You rolled a 12 or six
A
dice six.
66. Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
it was 2s, 1s, and 3s.
Brutal.
Yes.
Nevertheless, it's you hit him in his hip and he collapses unconscious. He grazes you in the chest and you take your breastplate protects you against most of it. Okay, so you're no enemies around you right now. Riley, you run and you attempt to jump on the back of this other guy with a grapple attack. I think your brawling 9, is that right?
It seems to be 5.
5. Oh, it's probably half of strength, not half.
Yeah, her dodge was 9 though.
Yeah, that's your dodge is yeah, very nice. Okay, you wanna make a brawling here?
Yeah,
Do it.
it's a 19.
Okay. You leap and miss him entirely and go flying past him on the hill.
I'm off my game today.
On the other hand, because he's fighting the two of you, he misses you. His skill is lowered. So, Brad, you want to roll are you rolling like a persuade or something against him? Is that what you're trying to do to get him to?
Yeah.
Okay, do it.
Okay, let's see. Rolling a persuade.
Yeah,
And let's see. My persuade is 13. I got a 17.
yeah. He hits you.
Ah, blast.
Yeah. And you're protected by your breastplate and headplate, and you take a few points of damage
Okay.
in the chest here. Cardon, you get to the top of the hill, and there's a guy still standing there with a bow, looking at you surprised. Do you have a weapon in your hands? Are you going to attack this guy hand to hand?
Oh no, he's just been pissing me off. So I just grabbed a rock and I'm gonna club him over the skull with it.
Okay, you want to make a brawling roll? What's your brawling?
Well, no, I'm just gonna throw it at him. It's gonna dislocate his jaw and shove it up into his cerebellum, and then he's just gonna fall limp. And then I'm gonna go over, and then I'm gonna just take a boulder and then smash the rest of his skull.
Yeah, that is the statement of your intent. So you're going to make a brawling roll now to see how it goes.
Can I try the triangular die?
That's
That's a D4.
That's a D4. You need to roll a D20 to see if it happens.
I don't think we ever really.
Okay,
get to
I
roll
got
the
a new
triangle.
D20. I got a new D20, and I'm gonna
Okay,
try.
here we go. This one's better. You're trying to get 5 or less.
5 or less.
Yeah.
I got a 10.
Okay, so that's a miss. You swing
I
and
don't miss.
I'm afraid you do. Jeff, you want to roll your awareness?
Yeah.
Nice try.
Oh, a 15.
All right. You're pretty sure you're not being flanked. Go ahead and make your arrow shot at the archer.
That's a 9.
So that's a hit. And you want to roll your 4d6 damage on this guy.
14.
Okay, so he's down, injured, and unconscious. The last guy, Riley just leaped past him, and Brad winked and then got hit. turns and actually he tries to barrel past Brad and run down the hill. Uh, uh, Brad, you want to oppose him with a brawling or something and grab him or hit him with your sword or anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to trip him up with my scimitar.
Okay, roll your scimitar there.
Okay. And that one is I'm going for it. Okay. I got an 18.
You miss. He
Dang.
tries to
Yeah,
knock you down.
Am I the only
bad.
guy
We're
that
so
can
bad.
beat people up here?
He goes
I'm doing
running
all the
on down
work.
the hill.
Okay, while
As
you
fast
guys are
as his legs can
coping
take it.
with your lack of being able to roll, Scottish Warrior says, Truth from Earth is anti-Trump or TDS guy, okay? Minor Prophet says, Cardon, check Ward Radio Community Discord for your character art and Ward Radio episode reactions. I am going to be pulling that up. Courtesy of user Ben Out West, it's pretty spot on, I'd say. And then David Olson says, Cardon is definitely one of those role players, and I'm totally here for it. I'm going to go get that art. While you losers figure out how to club these guys, I just threw a rock through one of their skulls, and y'all can't even hit them with an arrow.
They're dead. They're dead.
No.
So are
Okay.
is everybody down except for the one guy that ran away?
One guy's running off down past the hill. He's downhill of all you guys, and he's running away, booking it.
Shoot him. Get him.
I'm gonna try to hit him again.
All right, take a shot. Jeff pivots.
9.
It hits him. Roll your damage.
22.
Okay, the robber's down. That was a lot of damage that time. Okay, the slope is quiet, but for Cardon, who is screaming in berserk fury and and cursing as he pummels again and again the body of one of the dead archers. with a
Actually,
rock.
dude, this art is sick, guys. Dude, this art is actually really cool. If you guys go to the actually, I'm copying the image and I am putting it right now in the Zoom Discord so you guys can see it. But this is my character with a red Ward Radio hat, which I think is freaking ill. All right. And then here's the Magic the Gathering card version, which they have
The
reclassified.
mini skirt, the fur mini skirt.
It's
though.
not a mini skirt. It's a kilt. It's a kilt, and it is very
mini
masculine. It is very
so
masculine.
mini
much
kilt,
thigh. So much thigh.
You know, so now I have to find a way to make it
Guys
so
out,
that
thighs out.
yeah, guys out, thighs out. So now I have to show the audience on the right screen here what apparently I now look like. But yeah, you know, that is a very short kilt. I do have to give it. That's a very short kilt. But
A mini
it looks,
kilt even.
Yeah,
A
it
mini
looks
kilt.
pretty tough.
Yeah.
So I now take the rock out of the skull of the one guy, the javelin out of the throat of the first guy,
You retrieve your javelins.
the
No
javelin
problem.
out of the neck of the other guy, and
Yeah.
then I pick up the head with the spinal column still attached.
Hey, roll your awareness.
Sure. What's that mean?
You got
Roll a d20.
Called awareness. I think it's like 8. I think yours is 8. Roll a d20, try and get 8 or below. Actually, all of you roll awareness.
Okay. I got a 2.
What am I trying to get?
Very nice.
2 was success.
Okay.
Somewhat incongruously, the robber who you just been pummeling with the rock has a little knit green cap, woman's cap tucked into his belt.
I killed a woman?
Oh, wait.
No.
Is this like transgender Dungeons and Dragons or what?
Cardon, in
Oh.
the script, in the opening script.
Oh.
We were just talking about this.
Oh, sorry. Okay. What? Now what do I
I
do?
was talking about these braided hats that were so
Oh,
interesting.
yes. Now I remember. Yes. Okay.
So after Cardon indicates this to me, I'm going to
Yeah,
try
look
to
at-
use my first aid
Okay.
skills to revive the warrior that I have knocked out to
Okay.
see if we can question him.
Okay. Now you've got also a bunch of you were wounded. I think maybe everyone but Riley took at least one shot, actually.
Because I just was jumping around at nothing.
Well, you had a target. You just missed.
Are
Okay.
any of us critical?
No. No one's bleeding out or unconscious or anything. But you'll want to do a little first aid before you go anywhere, probably. Okay, you want to roll your first aid skill? Get this guy revived.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Okay.
Let's see. I got an 11, and my skill is 12.
By the way, when you succeed in making a skill roll, and I should be telling you guys this, you take a check. So put a little X in the little box next to your skill, first aid.
Mhm.
Put a little X in there. Okay, that's a marker of experience. It means it may go up, and so that means you guys who
Sweet.
successfully hit an opponent with a weapon, right? Do the same. You're getting checks and experience checks in your bows or your axes or your scimitars, as the case may be. Also awareness. So Cardon, you just got to check in your awareness skill, for example. In fact, I think all of you succeeded in your first awareness roll, so you should all take a check. Those are how you might increase your skill after the adventure.
Oh.
Okay, you get this guy. Did anybody else make their awareness roll or just Cardon, by the way?
I missed mine.
Barbarians
did.
are
I
known
got
for their
it.
awareness.
I missed mine too.
I'm
Okay.
blissfully unaware.
I got it. I
Okay.
was aware.
All right, so Riley, you're the only one that notices the only person besides Cardon who notices the cap that Cardon now has. So Luke, you get this robber awake, and he glares at you furiously.
Well, I'm going to demand.
There's no
guess-
ransom for me, you know. My family already threw me out. You're not
What
going
are
to
you-
kill me. You should just let me go.
What are you doing in the area?
What do you mean, what am I doing in the area? I'm just trying to live. You
Wait,
guys
is this the
don't wanna
king's
do it.
land?
Came after me.
Are we on King Noah's land?
That's probably what Noah says. Yeah.
Okay.
You're in the hill north of Shilem.
Okay. Okay, this is the land of King Noah. What are you doing here?
Listen. Psst. They're not paying attention. Let's you and me get them.
You and me get him?
Yeah. You could.
Who do you think
join
I
us.
am?
You could listen. We got like 20 fat horses. Okay. We've eaten a couple, but they're delicious. Come with me. You'll live like kings for a couple of weeks, and hey, after that, if we have to like split up and go our separate ways, that's life, right?
I am a sworn soldier of Gideon,
Yeah,
his
I was
regiment,
like-
whatever.
I
Do I
know,
need
I
to
was
roll my
once-
loyalty to Gideon now?
It's if you feel like it's a compelling offer. I don't know that it's a compelling offer.
Oh, he's like half dead, so it's not a compelling offer to me. I'd have to carry him anyway.
Yeah. He says, I'll count to 3, and then you go get the crazy one with the rock, and I'll hit the guy with the bow. After that, it'll be easy. He says,
Whoa.
Look,
I'll count to
you're
three.
gonna tell
Whoa,
me
I'm
what
offended.
you're gonna tell me what else you've been up to in this area right now, or I'm gonna stick this axe in your skull.
He says, well, look, okay, I get it. I get it. The robber's life is not for everybody. If I just tell you, will you let me go? Look,
So
I'm
the
just- I'm
robbers
nobody.
from Brooklyn
I
now?
will not injure you. I cannot promise anything of my regiment or whatever group of soldiers we are.
Wait. You should protect me. Protect me from them, and then I'll
Okay.
tell you everything.
I will appeal on your behalf if you tell me.
Okay. Wait. Okay, good enough. We've been rustling horses.
Okay. We are interested in horses that are wrestling.
Yeah.
Where did you
I
you
just
scare them
offered
to any
split them with you.
I will personally escort you away from the rest of my company to safety
Okay.
if you tell me where you have been taking these horses.
Do you have a persuade skill?
Oh, is that like my charisma?
Yeah.
Like my
It's
appeal?
probably half your appeal is the base skill, so it might be like 4 for you or something. Or what's your appeal?
My appeal is 10.
Okay, so your base is probably 5 if you didn't put any points on it.
Which skill is
It's
this
in the
called?
skills, it's persuade.
Oh, persuade.
I mean,
okay.
unless you're trying to lie to him, and then it could be a lie.
Oh no, mine's a 3. All right. I'm gonna roll my persuade.
Okay.
Here goes nothing. Yeah, that's a 10.
He says, walk me to the edge of the space here, and then I'll tell you and I'll run away.
Okay, but, and I grab his arm, I'm not letting go until you do.
It's okay. So you all see Luke help this robber up and kind of walk him over, limping. He's injured, right? Got a couple of wounds, sort of to the edge of the. He's not a camp, but the space you're on. He said, "Right. What was your question again? Where are they? Look, it's easy. It's just top of the mountain. There's kind of a vale up there. There's a spring. There's a cliff. It's good water. You can see for miles and miles around. It's a great kind of natural lookout post. You're gonna have a hard time sneaking up on them though, because they can see you coming for miles and miles. And the other side's really steep. And I think you got maybe an hour before that storm hits.
You better be telling the truth, or you're injured, and my companion, what's Jeff's name again?
Kanaiha.
Kanaiha is an excellent tracker, and you will not be difficult to find.
Why
Yeah,
don't
so
we just
then
hog tie him and throw him on the Karelim?
Well, you're out of here. So then I mean, he's a layman. I have a bit of a soft spot, so I shove him off into the forest, out of the clearing that we're in,
Okay.
with a final warning that we will be back for him if he has misdirected me. And I start heading back to the rest of the guys.
Okay, awesome. You want to go ahead and take a check in your honest trait, actually?
So D20 for honesty.
We have to roll it. Just take a check.
Oh, okay,
'Cause
okay. I see.
You've behaved honestly. Your trait may go up.
Got it.
Okay.
Who do I get to kill now?
Well, you have a cap, and I think there's a dead guy there. And I think then because I think the unconscious one, Luke just woke up and released.
Okay.
You have killed. There's a dead guy at your feet, Cardon. You feel very satisfied with the amount of mayhem you have inflicted.
Okay. Now I pull out the tree trunk and then I start beating the body with the tree trunk so that the other robbers that are still hiding in the foliage surrounding us, that were too afraid to come out, know that they just better go home before they come out again, as they hear the squishing and the cracking of the bones of what is left with the torso of the guy whose body I just beat with the tree trunk.
Okay, Cardon is Cardon. You're watching your sergeant retreating deep into some kind of a psychotic state. He's talking about shouting, swinging a stick in all directions about him. Brad, you want to roll your awareness?
Mm-hmm.
I found Brittany a hot medieval
I got
outfit.
a 3.
There it is. She's going to wear that next time.
You see a little green cap tucked into Cardon's belt. And you've seen a cap like that before.
I'll approach him and say, "Hey there, Obed, buddy.
What's up?
You know, that guy is super dead. Do you want to go find some people who aren't? And maybe we could try helping out whoever's hat you have there?"
Yeah, sure. That's cool. Can I finish my breakfast burrito?
Yeah. Ride the
Okay.
Karelim if you want to. Take a break.
I thought we were only eating corn.
Take a breather.
Yeah.
Calmed him down. Good job.
Also, my buddy Crandall says, Cardon, I have to dip out to make the goldfish. Want to share this morning? I got a 3D printer and just started making my first fidget. What mini fidge am I making for everyone's character? Is mini fidgets a Dungeons and Dragons thing?
Wait, minifigs?
Making
a minifigure.
miniatures, printing miniatures,
Oh,
maybe
okay.
Like
maybe
Lego.
for these characters might be what he's saying.
I don't know why everybody made me out to be some barbarian. I think I'm very deep and thoughtful and
Introspective.
strategic.
That's what deep people have to say. Is they have to tell people how deep they are.
And beat them with tree trunks. Sometimes that's
Savage.
what works. And the truth from Earth says, the hours later than you think, who is paying attention to defendant rights? Napoleon, Robespierre, Mussolini all rose to power, exposing corruption. I think there's some kind of argument about Doge happening.
Yes,
so,
that is
yeah.
correct. There's a political conversation going on.
Hey, as long as they're super chatting, I don't care. I am now 7 chats towards my goal of 30. Getting Brittany in this outfit right here and me in a cloak with fur.
So Riley has that
I
dress.
do own
actually.
that dress. It is a good dress. You should get it for her.
You own this dress already?
Yeah.
I do.
Uh-huh.
Is that you,
That very
Riley?
one.
Are you the
The one
blonde
in red.
model in Amazon? Is that you? Because they
No.
chopped off
Oh,
the top of the
please.
face. Okay, that's
I
funny.
have modeled on Amazon, but not for that.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I didn't know that. Rock on.
Yeah.
Okay,
Baby
so that's what
products.
Riley's gonna look like next time. Is she's gonna be in a corset-topped Winkishol Victorian dress for women, Renaissance.
I would.
Color. Okay,
Not
cool.
very. It's not very Nephite, Lamanite, Jaredite zone, but it's cute.
It's geeky. I think medieval when I hear geeky, which is cool. So let's hit it. Keep going.
Okay. Brad, you have seen that green cap before, or at least one you're pretty sure. I mean, it's folded up on his belt,
Mm-hmm.
But Oriana, Gideon's daughter, you saw her when her mother made her first spring maiden dress. Boy, you're sure that's at least the same color.
Oh dear. Hey, Obed, can I take a closer look at that hat real quick?
It's too busy
That's
eating
you,
his burrito
Cardon.
to
Oh,
notice.
that's me?
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to finish my breakfast burrito. Yeah, here's the hat.
Okay, guys, I don't mean to freak anyone out with this information, but
And then as he's saying that, I run into the middle of the group and say, I know where the horses are.
Okay.
and I think this hat belonged to the
They're right
daughter
up on the
of
hill
our
over
Gideon.
there. And I think we should go get them right now because we only have an hour left until the storm comes. So let's start running. And I try to motion them over while Brad is explaining. Sorry, while Azoniah is explaining this. I don't know if I'm supposed to roll anything, or what do you do, Brad? What does everybody else do?
I'll just say, yeah, horses definitely important. Possible daughter of our commander, maybe something we should consider.
No, look, we're here for the horses. And wait a second, what did you say about a daughter?
Gideon's daughter. I think this is her hat.
Oh.
Wait. Back up. Tell me the story. What's going on here?
I found a hat on the dude that I was beating with the tree trunk. And then I gave it to Brad because Brad noticed that it was green. So he thinks it's from the daughter of the commander, and we got to go find her.
Okay.
I'm the barbarian. I'm not supposed to be the one connecting the dots here. I'm the one supposed to kill things.
All right.
Extremely rural Xenophite, apparently.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys noticed, but I kind of was able to wake one of the Lamanites up, and he told me where the horses are, and in exchange, I let him go.
I got a
What?
javelin. I'll throw a javelin
did
and
what?
get him in the back.
Yeah, we've got about an hour, it looks like, before that storm comes.
Well, hopefully we can find some more robbers to tell us where we might be able to find Gideon's daughter.
Okay, so we could chase him back down and try to get more information out of him.
Are any of the other
Or-
robbers near here alive?
I bail on this conversation and start chasing the guy that he let go because we gotta find this girl.
I'm with Riley. I want to kill something.
You guys run him down the hill.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay, I'll start chasing him down.
Some of you were pretty fast, so I'm sure some of you with sort of a higher dex strength combination have a faster movement than he does. So actually, Riley, that's probably you. What's your movement? It's on the first tab, upper
19.
right.
19.
I'm a 20.
Yeah. So you're probably the fastest two characters. Cardon's pretty fast too with an 18. So you go booking down the hill. Jeff, I think you arrived first. Sounds like.
Yeah.
If we're chasing this guy, are you how are you gonna try and stop him?
I'm gonna pin him until Cardon
He
can get
starts
there.
yelling, "Leave me alone! Leave me alone! We had a deal."
Yeah, you had
roll
to
a
deal with the
brawl attack,
Lamanite,
it
not
sounds
me.
like. Okay, roll your brawling.
13.
That's probably a fail. Yeah.
It's a fail.
You dive. He tries to dodge. You go one way and are sliding down sort of a muddy slope, but he also falls and is sliding down the slope. Riley, you catch up.
Yes, I do. I want to catch
Would-
up.
redeem yourself with a grapple attack?
I'm gonna do a better grapple this time. I'm gonna use my bow and like choke him out by his neck, kind of like Mulan does in Mulan.
Ooh.
Not choke him out, just like stop him so that he can't escape. So, what am I going for here? Oh boy, I have to get less than a 5. Is that
Yeah.
true?
Brawling.
Yep.
Freaking heck! Okay,
Maybe you were really hand-to-hand fighters.
it's a 9.
Okay, you go tumbling down the hill, rolling over and over with him. When you come to a stop, Cardon catches up. I think Cardon's the
Yeah.
third fastest.
I caught up. And the fans say that I need to be more involved in the story. So I just caught up. And
He says, "Hey, don't kill me." You
no,
gotta
no,
promise
not
me
an
you let
option.
me
I'm
go.
killing you. Not an option.
No!
Cardon, we
No!
need his
Don't kill him
information.
yet.
Fine. Then I'm
This
going
is
to
what
break
they
his
mean by involved in
kneecaps.
the story.
I'm going to break his kneecaps, rip off one kneecap, perform a tourniquet so he doesn't bleed out, rip out the other one, and then
Can
ask
I
him
attack
questions.
Cardon instead before he does this?
Oh, okay. So now
How
what?
are your first aid skills?
Yeah, so we've got a bleeding guy with Stumps' legs that we're going to interrogate for where he got this hat, right?
He says, "Look, I just want to go away. What do you want?"
If I'm close enough now, because my speed's a 17, I'm gonna
You catch
say,
up.
where did you get this hat?
He says, the girl. There's look, that's a girl's hat.
Yeah, I know. Who did you get it from, and where is she?
Well, she was with that guy, kind of sneaking through the woods.
What guy?
That guy.
So that's a Nephite guy. I don't know. I don't know his name. You think I asked Nephites what their names are? They're all the same. I can't tell them apart. We
Okay,
just stuck
first
them
off,
both in a cage.
that was racist. But we just want to know what direction she went. Was she near the horses, the opposite direction?
We
Where'd
can
she
go
go?
any direction. She's in a cage.
She's in a cage?
In a
That would have
cage?
been
She's in a cage.
important information to mention earlier.
Where's the cage?
You didn't ask me about that. You said, "What do you do?" And I said, "Well, we steal horses." That's a pretty big admission on my part, I think.
Okay.
And then
Who cares
you
about
said, "Where are the
horses?"
horses?" And I said, "They're up there."
So,
Where's
where
the
is the
cage?
caged girl?
It's the same place as the horses.
Well,
You're gonna have to be more specific, or you're gonna get your kneecaps ripped out by burrito eater over
Hey!
here.
What is all you crazy people? Look, there's a camp up at the top of the hill. You can't miss it. It's right at the top, but they can't miss you either because you got to come up the hill to them. And look, that's where the horses are. They're in a pen. There's the girl and the Nephite are in a cage, and there's a pool in the water in a spring, and the waterfall goes over and down the side of the mountain, and you know.
Do you know what they're doing with the girl? Do you know what their plans are?
Well, they got horses, so they don't have to eat her.
Enough with the horses.
How many? How many are there?
How many horses?
No, how many people?
Oh, 8? Not that many.
we can handle that.
Wait, do you know how to count to 8?
Yes.
Now, sir, what was your name again?
My name is Zoraham.
Zoraham, would you like to redeem yourself of your robbery and join us
I
in our
don't know
mission
what
to free
redeem
this
means.
woman?
But you can count? You don't know what redeem means?
Become better. Turn your life around.
Do
Give
I?
up your evil ways.
Do I? When do I get away? Wait, hold on. Can I have the horses?
Yeah,
Does
take 'em.
redeem mean I get the horses?
They're tapers, not horses.
I don't know what a taper is.
Oh, I mean they're horses, not tapers.
We have a share of the horses if we return them. We could get you looped in on that share, perhaps. If
You
you
can
join
have
us.
anything in this world if you have money.
Whoa.
You allowed to say that?
It says, what do you need me to do?
We need you to join with us and leave behind your wicked ways. Follow in the path of Mahonai here and become a better man.
That sounds like a lot of work. Can I just go?
I say we let him go. We don't need him anymore.
Yeah,
your
fine.
bloody
I
stumps.
tried.
At this point, I'm kind of the last person here, but I managed to overhear that we were going to share the horses with him. And I was like, look, guys, I think we can handle it by ourselves because I don't want to miss out on any of those horses that I'm hungry for, apparently.
Now, it's hard to believe, but in our 90th minute here, David Olson says, this is awesome. I'll have to catch rest tomorrow. Got an early morning temple day since LA is closed. Have fun, y'all. This was great. All right, adios, my friend. Good luck in the temple. And Truthimer says, the hours later, you think, who is paying attention to defendants' rights? Napoleon.
I think we saw that one
we already
already.
read that one. Okay, no, and there was another one down here that I missed. Here it is. Mike Bell says, Riley is pretty savage, too. So apparently Riley is a savage warrior priestess as well.
That's right.
Not just an archer.
Ex-priestess. I'm on the hunt for the truth. I'm going to
Cool.
do the right thing and find that light.
Okay, sick. Let's do it. There we go. Go, Dave.
Great. So we can let this
Yeah.
guy go now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
Yeah,
let
I'm
him
pretty sure
go.
we can track him.
He
We can
backs
track him.
away, watching you very carefully until he gets a nice distance away, and then he turns and sprints down the hill again.
He can't sprint because his bottom half of his legs are missing, and they're tourniqueted.
He shuffles as fast as he possibly can, both
Okay.
kneecaps, and also being decapitated.
No, that one still has its
Impressive.
head.
It's impressive how fast he moves, given how much you killed him.
I feel like Cardon should get some like arbitrary and cruel markers.
Yeah, yes, I think that's probably going to happen. Okay, what do you guys do?
Oh
I'm gonna
well,
try- I'm gonna
I
try
kind
for
of
those horses.
sheepishly,
Make
I
a
kind of
track roll,
sheepishly
Jeff.
apologize for letting him go, and then start off back up towards the mountain where we need to go.
Okay,
Mahonai, it's okay.
it's
We can't all be as awesome as Commander Obed.
What?
it's actually very easy to track. There's the 6 guys left a pretty clear mark in what was already kind of damp earth. When it starts raining, the trail will disappear. But you can roll. You take a +10 bonus to your tracking roll there, Jeff.
I rolled a 10,
Okay, so what's your
and my track is 12. So
Yeah, okay, so fine, easy.
Nice.
So you can move even at a trot. You're moving quickly up the hill. Are you just following the tracks straight?
yeah, just following him until we get close.
Okay, so there's an animal path, a goat path or something. But you see the sandal prints of the men, no problem. And as he described, the mountain, as you climb it, seems to be ascending towards kind of a notch where there seems to be a space under a high rocky cliff. Make an awareness roll for me, all of you guys.
Okay. Do I roll a
Hey,
D6
hey,
or a D20?
3.
A
9.
3 is certainly a success.
Do I roll a D6 or a D20?
A D20 underneath your awareness skill, which is in your second tab of your character sheet there. It's alphabetically. I think it's probably the top skill.
Okay,
or
so
near the top.
I roll and I get a 4. Mike
That's
Bell
going to be a success.
Mike Bell says this guy heals fast for being decapitated, and Eric Hansen says D&D is like the seeds of faith card, and let the desire to have fun work within you and give it place in your heart. And Mike Bell says
Yeah.
Brad is certainly trying to be a missionary. So good job, Brad. Ever
Yeah.
spreading the gospel. So I got a 4. Do I get to kill something now?
You get a check in your awareness if you haven't already taken one. That's a little X in the square next to your skill in your character sheet. That means it may go up.
Okay.
But also, those of you who get a success as you're climbing up the hill, and Jeff, did you get a success in your awareness?
I got a 9. I did not.
It's a miss. Okay.
You
I
suck
got a
at
2.
this, Jeff. You're much better at writing books.
So Brad
than
and
you are
Cardon,
playing
Yeah, I
D&D.
roll bad.
over Kanahai's shoulder, see that there's a man standing at the top of the cliff. He doesn't seem to have seen you. He seems to be looking down the steep slope, the other side of the mountain, but it's only a matter of him turning and looking, probably to spot you.
Who's the who?
Everyone
Okay.
duck.
I smell burritos.
Is there enough like brush and foliage on this mountain that we can like sufficiently hide?
My
Yes,
kilt
if we
is
absolutely.
my kilt is very
Yep.
very short, and the brush is irritating my scrotum. And so I decide that I am not going to. I saw the picture, so I'm going to stand and I'm not going to hide. I am going to be loud and proud, and I'm not going to hide. I'm not doing it.
The rest of you lie down and Cardon stays standing. Is that what I am understanding?
I'd like to try to sneak around and find a different way in.
I'm going to hide behind a tree then.
Okay. There's brush. There are low bushes. There's like a heather growing up this hill.
You have to squat.
In your mini kilt.
That was the shortest kilt a man has ever worn in his life. Yeah. And I don't know if yeah, anyway, keep going.
You want to make a hide roll?
Sure, I'll make a hide
roll.
roll.
Wait, so you can get a nice +5 bonus here.
So do I roll a d20 to hide?
Yeah, and you're trying to roll below your hide +5.
So I'm trying to hide behind the tree. No, I'm trying to hide behind a tree.
If you just lie still, you need to make a roll. Jeff
I am allergic to the poison oak, and I have a short kilt.
Am I making a sneak roll or a hide roll?
Well, sneak is actually moving silently, so hide is staying out of sight.
Okay, I just rolled a 3.
Okay, Cardon successfully is staying out of sight.
Yes.
And are you like Jeff moving around? Well done. You get a check in your hide skill. So are you like Jeff looking for a way up the slope?
Wait, which person?
Cardon, who is also.
Oh.
I think the rest of you are just lying flat to hide.
Yeah.
I want to send Onyx to us. Oh, go ahead, Cardon.
I'm hiding behind the tree. I got a 3, so I'm hiding behind the tree. Nobody sees me.
I want to send Onyx to assist Jeff.
Yeah.
Okay. Jeff, how'd your hide roll go?
I got a 10.
Okay. You are Jeff is creeping. Jeff, to your probably somewhat to your unease. Brad's half-wild cat comes and starts following you through the tall grass and the yucca and the purple flower.
No, I'm allergic to cats, so hopefully I don't start sneezing here.
He's hypoallergenic, actually.
He's hypoallergenic ocelot.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. You make what's higher, your awareness or your tracking skill?
For me?
Yeah.
My tracking.
Okay. Try a tracking roll.
Ooh, a 20.
Nice. Oh. That is a fumble. So yeah, you can stay hidden, you can stay down, but you cannot find a way forward without being seen, you think, by the lookout.
All right, then I'm just gonna stay.
But he's like off from us, and we're kind of all together.
I mean, I think you'd all just lay down where you were, so you're kind of you're probably not like in an immediate heap, but within, a couple yards of each other. And then Jeff and Cardon were creeping off. Cardon, you want to look for a route forward? You can roll an awareness or a tracking, whichever is higher.
Okay, cool.
It's probably your awareness.
Sure, I'm such an aware individual. So, do I do the D20?
The D20, you're looking for an 8 or lower is what you want.
Okay, so here we go. I just got a 4.
So Cardon, who's thumping the ground with a stick and yelling at it as he creeps about, you're not really sure who he's attacking. But Cardon, you find a little ravine over to the left, out of sight behind a kind of a veiling of tall grass that looks like it runs most of the way up to the mountain peak, and you probably just run right up it out of sight.
Is there gold? Concubines?
There is no gold,
swords,
but it does
dragons?
begin to rain. Just a few fat drops.
You stuck me in a ravine with rain?
Well, no, you found a ravine.
Oh.
It's a big ravine. It's unlikely to fill up.
Okay. So now what do I do?
Whatever you want.
Oh, okay. Then what I'm going to do is I am going to sit and ponder the deepest questions in life, which calms my soul to such a degree that I achieve nirvana, and that attracts a lot of weird animals from the jungle. The waves coming from my nirvanic just you know what I'm saying? And
Okay. Are you doing this in the ravine?
I'm doing this in the ravine, so much so
All right.
that
You guys see Cardon slip into a ravine, which you
Yeah.
had not previously noticed.
yeah, and it
We see
uncovers
it?
a door. It uncovers a door in the ravine.
Well, that's for
from-
Dave to decide.
Oh, never mind. Sorry. Just trying to get into the story, like the chat said.
Can we see anything of their camp at all from here?
You can't. You can see where the slope sort of curves out of sight, so you think there's a shelf underneath the cliff, which sounds like maybe that's what the robber was describing. And you see the cliff, and you see a guy on top, but it's starting to rain, and you think, you could just wait until the rain is heavy enough, and that might hide you from sight. Also, you realize that Cardon has just found a ravine that would hide you from sight.
And I'm achieving nirvana.
Right, Nirvana. So does the ravine lead up to the place? So like if I follow the ravine, could I ultimately see the camp?
You think so? Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna
Go
try that.
direction.
I
Okay.
wish to do that.
I'm going to
Okay.
follow along.
I'll follow as well.
I
Eric,
think we'll all fall that way.
yeah, Eric Hanson says just gird up your loins in your man kilt. And Mike Bell says, so I wonder when this live hits a stopping place. We ain't stopping. In fact, it's kind of wild. We've got some dedicated fans listening on the East Coast right now. I think it's 1 a.m. right there. But anyway, yeah, let's keep going.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, hit it. Keep hitting it.
Okay. You guys go up the ravine. It's a nice, dry, pebbled ravine. It's pretty wide. It's not going to fill with water anytime soon. But the rain is picking up. The rain is picking up. So the ravine leads you up the mountain. When you come out of the ravine, you find yourself. And who's coming? Who's emerging first? By the way, like you creeping out of the end of the ravine altogether.
I push
we
Riley out the
followed-
door, and she's the
We
first
all
one.
followed
Riley.
Riley.
I'm first. I'm
Riley
first.
goes out first, thrown out by Cardon. So you're on the backside of the cliff, so you don't see the shelf from here. Make an awareness roll.
Oh boy, these don't go well for me.
You got it.
I matched
Critical.
it. I matched it.
A 5.
5.
That is a critical. Awesome.
Yeah.
So
So
despite
aware.
the fact that the rain is starting to really come down in sheets, you can see a guy huddled in a cape. You're in the backside, so you don't see the cliff anymore. You see the grassy slope that goes steeply up to the top of the cliff. But you can also see that you're now perceiving that it's not that you can see the shelf, but you can see where the slope must go feed into the shelf. And you can see 2 guys standing there. They don't have a light with them, but they look like they're watching down the slope, like they're on guard.
So they're not looking our way.
They are not looking your way. You
Can
have
I hear them?
managed to sneak around them. You can't hear them. The rain's starting to crash pretty loud.
Okay. I don't know. I want to see this little nook. I want to see this rock nook. I gotta see if there's a
Yeah.
cage in there with a girl in it. I don't know how to get there.
Can we try and perceive how attentive these guards are being? Are they really vigilant, or are they just kind of like trying to keep out of the rain?
Yeah, you want to make an insight roll?
I got a
Sure.
javelin. We could just kill him.
No,
No, I'm going to do
no.
insight.
Oh.
I got a
think that-
6
That's
against
that
an
might-
8.
Yes. Okay, well done. Yeah. So actually, as you look, one of the guys off at the edge of the shelf you think is sitting on a rock and might even be kind of asleep. And the other guy has his back turned to you. You're not quite sure what's out the other direction from the top of the mountain, but you thought it was a cliff or a pretty steep slope.
Okay, so noticing this, I turn to the other people in the group and say, okay, I don't think the guards are really going to be that big of a problem if we stay out of earshot of them. Who here thinks they could sneak to a better vantage point and see if they can see the whole scene that's going on there while the rest of us wait back?
Kanaiha or Raya. Maybe both.
One of us.
Let's go together.
Let's do it.
Okay,
Okay.
the 2 of them.
Where are you
The rest
sneaking
of us will just kind of chill back while the more agile people try and get a better look.
to? Okay. So, are you going up onto the top of the cliff, or are you where's the vantage point you're trying to gain?
I don't know. That's what they're
Don't
gonna
really
figure out.
understand.
Yeah, that's a good question. Top of the
Yeah,
cliff,
there's one
probably.
guy up on top of the cliff, but you're behind the cliff. So from your point of view, it's not a cliff, it's just a steep slope that you can get up.
And this was the one that's asleep or not paying attention.
You think he's alert, but he's not facing you either. Then there
Well,
are
then I'm gonna try
two.
to sneak up
It's
Okay.
behind him.
it's a
Okay.
fake scarecrow fake guard, I bet. I bet you he's tricking us.
Spoilers. Okay, go ahead and roll your stealth, the two of you, or your sneak, but with a +5. So whatever your skill is, you're rolling against that +5.
I got a 5.
So your skill's got to be like 15 or something with the bonus, right?
My sneak is a 9 plus your 5, so 14.
Yeah. All right, so you can take a check in your sneak also. Riley?
Well, I rolled an 18, I'm afraid.
And hers is
Oh.
17.
Okay. Awesome. Jeff is the faster one. So Jeff, you are by the way, how are you going up like are you well you have a bow. So do you just carry your bow?
I just sling it over my shoulder and climb up.
Okay, so your bow's over your shoulder, your hands are empty as you're going up the hill. So you are within just a couple of yards of the guard at the top when Riley dislodges a stone that is shockingly loud and goes rolling down the hill, rattling. And the robber at the top, turns around and looks at you. His hands are also empty. He's got a scimitar hanging at his belt and a shield slung over his shoulder.
I'm gonna jump at him and try to pin him before he makes any noise.
Okay, you're gonna make a brawling attack. We have not yet had a successful brawling attack, I don't think.
It won't happen now. Let's see.
Okay, let's do it. Here you go.
16, not gonna happen.
Okay. Well, he I don't know if you can even see this one from the camera. He fumbled. So it's really awkward. You're kind of slapping. It's wet. It's muddy. You're slipping around. But somehow he falls to the ground under you, and you knock the air out of him. Just as Riley comes up behind you.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
get off me or I'll yell.
Look what I did, Riley.
I wanna shove a hand over his mouth to stop him from yelling.
Okay.
And then I pull out my dagger and I threaten him with it, and I say, "You're gonna tell us what you and your guys are up to and what you're doing with a girl in a cage." Yep.
Or we've got a berserker that'll rip your arms off if you don't
or
comply.
Say goodbye to your kneecaps.
But this berserker just woke from his nirvanic state and has accepted ahimsa as his new defining philosophy of do no harm. Therefore, he chooses to read ancient slogans from the wise men of the past in order to diffuse and de-escalate the situation.
Cardon,
wait, you're still down in the ravine, though.
Yeah, I just
woke down the ravine, and
I just woke from my nirvanic state, and I petted the Kurlam next to me and said, "Peace be unto you, Kurlam. Can you find our comrades?"
Because Jeff is an extremely useful Kurlam, and so even though you guys basically left him and all ran away, he is slowly following you, plodding up the hill. And Cardon, he's just reached you and woke you up.
And we begin singing in harmony, and the birds start coming out of the trees and land upon my shoulder. I pick up a small piece of grass and I feed the bird and say, "Lead, bird." And then the bird goes off and points the way towards my comrades.
The Kurlam is impressed, but it continues plodding up the ravine. This is your pack animal, so it's got rope and the remains of your parched corn and water bottles and extra arrows.
But the anachronism of water bottles in ancient Mesoamerica was
they're like sheep
water
skins.
So I'm gonna see that, and I'm gonna I'm gonna beckon Brad and whisper at him and say, maybe you should make sure that animal doesn't make any noise,
Good call.
knock any
So
stones down the hill.
I go up to Fluffy or Kurlam
Yeah.
and say,
Fred,
Jeff, aka
Jeff,
Fluffy,
AKA Fluffy.
AKA.
yeah, and say, okay, Fluffy, I need you to lie low while we save some
Roll,
souls.
roll your animal handling.
I hit it.
you hit it.
Yep, precisely. Dead
Nice.
on. Yes.
Well, you and Fluffy achieve a level of understanding you feel like you've never been able to get to with Carolom. Maybe it's that the rain has washed away the cat smell and like the Carolom's perceiving you in a new fashion, but it settles down very comfortably to wait out events. Riley,
Yes.
he says we just look, we're not here to kidnap people, but it's emergent strategy. You just take advantage of the opportunities that come your way. And I think she's rich, and I think he's even richer, so we just grabbed him.
Who's he?
Some Nephite chump. You don't even care about him.
The barbarian rejects the notion that somebody is a chump. We're all children of God, and in his nirvanic state, surrounded by Kuraloms and animals, he rejects the premise that there should be contention amongst any of God's children.
Wait, what religion are you even, Cardon?
He's my religion.
Wait,
I got to him.
Is he a fortress of the law?
The fortress of the
was.
law.
And
I'm
the
not sure
law
what he is
is to
now.
love thy neighbor as thyself, because I descend from a great tribe that escaped. And before the Deuteronomists ruined our scripture, I was aware of the fullness of the gospel. Therefore, in my nirvanic state, I try to achieve peace amongst all of God's creation.
Okay,
I'll
Cardon's
beat you
having
with a
that
stick.
experience.
In the ravine.
Yeah, you're up on the top. You guys, Jeff's grinding this robber in the mud. He says, "Look, just you don't want me. Just what you want the girl?
Yeah.
Well, both of them.
I want
Oh,
I want all the prisoners.
I'll help you, and let's cut out the rest of the robbers. I don't care about those guys. They're chumps. Let's you two and me go grab. Forget about the girl. I'm pretty sure the Nephite's worth more money. He's like some kind of prince or something. Let's go grab him. He's got a stupid Nephite name. He's like Helamnum, Hilamorum, Helamiha. He's got one of those dumb names. Let's go grab him and figure out who his dad is and sell him back.
Or not.
Dumb names aside, I've dealt in darkness long enough. I want them back.
All right. But you're going to let me go, right? Because I can't help you.
I don't trust you. You just tried to cut a deal with us. You don't know anything about us.
Yeah, I tried to cut a deal with you. I didn't sound the alarm.
And
All
you're
right,
not
well,
going
you're
to
gonna
sound
help-
the alarm.
You're gonna help us get him out.
Well, how am I going to do that? Why, what can I do?
I don't know. You're one of the guys.
That's true. This is a good
I have an idea.
Let me go. I'll go down there and I'll get out the Nephite guy.
And we're going to wait for our persuasive guy to get up here and talk some sense into you.
Yeah, we're gonna hold for Brad.
I'll say, look,
Wait,
you.
are they motioning for us to come up then?
Yeah, come up here.
Okay. I'll say, look, you pretend that you've taken us all prisoner. Bring us in. Nope, that's a bad idea. Just let them out and we'll cover their retreat.
Okay, so I'm going to go in there and I'm going to let out the Nephite and also
his daughter or the girl, whichever.
Yeah, I don't think it's the Nephite's daughter. He's one of the doxies from the city of Lehi Nephi. This is some Xenophite girl.
Hey.
What you're gonna pay me? What do I get for this?
No, I don't
You're gonna
trust
live.
him. Is there like a uniform of these guys? Can one of us go with him to make sure he doesn't try
He's got a
anything?
leather girdle around his waist and a kind of a
Can we send in the
dull
lame
gray
Lamanite?
wool cloak.
I say we send in Mahonai. Take his clothes. Pretend to be him
So I kind of go up there.
and go in.
I've arrived to the group by now.
Okay.
We
And,
have a Holocaust
Happens to
cloak.
be a
on our-
spectacularly short guy. So, but his clothing's also very simple. So you probably could put on his leather girdle and his cloak. It's just gonna be kind of a short cape on you.
So my stomach is pretty grumbly, so I'm having a hard time thinking of a plan. But I say, hey, what if I'm one of the guys what if I was also out trying to snatch some horses and I ran into the band that was out there, and now I've come up to you to inquire what's going on, and you're going to go and show me around and show me the prisoners that you've got as a Lamanite to Lamanite. And also you're going to
Yeah.
feed me.
Yeah. Okay.
And
That's
if
a
you make
reasonable
a
plan.
move, we got
You
bow and
kinda
arrow
look-
trained on you.
Okay. Whoa. You're kind of clean though. You're kind of awfully clean. Can we make you dirty?
Yeah, so I decide to give up only one of my axes so I don't look too threatening, and I kind of get some mud a bit. I actually take off the breastplate so I look kind of more scraggly. I keep the helmet,
Wow, he's buffered than I thought.
headplate, sorry. And so I'm kind of like, I nerfed myself a little bit. I got myself dirtied up so I kind of look not like a professional soldier.
He says, that's good. It would be even more convincing if you didn't have any axes.
I put
Aha.
Forget it.
I put
Forget
my
Nice
other
try.
axe. I put the other axe in my belt and say, "This is as good as you're gonna get. Are we gonna go?"
Wait, there's one more thing you need to do, Mahoney.
What?
I need you to scowl. There it is.
That's more like
Okay.
a smolder.
Yeah.
Smolder.
Hey, I'm still in the ravine in my nirvanic state.
You are in the ravine. There's a little
With the
rivulet
curlin.
of water
Reading
now
books.
flowing
I'm
down
just
past
reading
you.
great works of literature, such as
Yeah.
the Antichrist playbook.
Product placement in the ravine.
Oh,
Yeah.
there we
Mm-hmm.
go.
Trying to figure
You're
out.
contemplating the risks of submitting to flattery.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Do I need to
Okay.
wake from my nirvanic state?
You can. You're in the nirvanic state. You can choose to emerge at any time.
The breakfast burrito settles in my digestive system,
Nice.
yielding a very
Mud
large,
helps.
a very large flatulent,
Wow.
thunderous rumble that wakes me from my nirvanic state, and I realize, holy smoke, I'm alone and I'm wet in this ravine. What am I doing here? And I hear my friends that I perceive are in trouble, and I go to help them. But I'm hangry at this point because the breakfast burrito has already digested, and so I thirst for more action and blood, and I might be a
So you
cannibal.
go up the ravine now. Is that?
I
is
go up
that
the ravine. Yes, I go up the ravine.
Okay.
As me and the
Awesome.
other dude go marching off.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Can I get
around-
into a position where I can snipe this other dude if he tries any
Agreed.
funny business? And can I warn him that I'm gonna do that?
By the way,
Yes.
Dave, do we have a place we have to go? Because we're coming up on 2 hours here, bro. We're at 1 hour and 58 minutes here. Holy smoke.
Yeah. So
These people are hardcore too. Our numbers in the stream have stayed pretty solid for the past 30 minutes here. So apparently whatever we're doing in this ravine, me achieving nirvana, having flatulent breakfast burrito outbursts, and Luke
That
convincing people to run away with him, it's working.
it feels like that's almost certainly it. Let's get to a little cliffhanger moment, and we can pause for and we can pause.
Wait, we're
for-
already on the edge of the cliff.
that, yeah, but
Literally.
it's not scary enough right now. So all right, so Riley, I heard you though. You are poised with your bow, right? And you're watching as as your big hunky Lamanite in his little tiny mini cape just walking side by side with the robber. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
We're just going.
He says, "My name's Emron, by the way.
I say, I'm Mahoney.
I feel like we could be good friends."
Well, depends on what your intended occupation is after this event.
As well, I kind of wanted to farm horses.
Horses?
Yeah, that was really my thought. I mean, my share was going to be 2, maybe 3 horses. You know,
You
figure I
know,
get a couple of females, raise some little horses. You eat some, raise the rest to maturity. It sounds nice, right?
so I'm kind of slightly forgetting the mission that I'm on right now because I'm getting excited about horse breeding
But
and especially eating the
but
horses.
Cardon is nodding his head because in the Middle East they eat the young camels, not the old camels. So that kind of makes sense. And he is hungry.
The young horses
So-
taste better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Stouffer's had him for a while, horse meat, you know.
You guys walk around. There's 2 sentinels, so you can see it is as the original robber you interrogated described. There's a slight it's a shelf, a grassy shelf with a slight depression, and against the base of a high cliff, and you can see Raya perched kind of on the lower part of the cliff, overlooking camp with her bow out. But the base of the cliff, there's a pool of water. It's being fed by a rock seep, and there's a little stream that comes out of it. And the far end of the shelf, you see nothing beyond it. So you're a little ways away from the shelf. So you're not sure it's a cliff. It could be a steep slope, but it also could be a total cliff, right? You don't know what is the downside over there. And the rain is giving way to snow, thick, fat flakes of snow. So he leads up to the sentinel. The guy who's sitting there is in fact asleep, and Emron pushes him, and the guy says, "What?" And he says, "Just checking in." And the guy grunts and kind of huddles back into his cape. And Emron leads you into the camp.
And while he's doing that, I'm constantly commenting about how I've never seen snow in a jungle like this before and how remarkably interesting that is to me.
Yeah, crazy thing, isn't it? It's crazy. It's a crazy thing. The horses hate it. So you see the camp. There's 3 tents, and they're down on the edge of the pond, and beyond them, between them and the edge of the shelf, you see a little improvised kind of pen, just stakes in the grounds and some ropes between them, and you see a herd of 20 horses happily kind of huddled together, snuffling their way through the night.
Makes sense.
Wow, you can make an awesome herd out of those horses.
That's what I heard.
Right? This is right. Just give me 1 male and a couple 3 females, and that's all I need. So,
Wow.
So how about we just cut those animals out, and I'll just
Happily
go,
you can.
and you can do what you want.
I say, wait, hold on. You're supposed to be getting me to see these 2 prisoners you have.
Well, they're in the tent, but like they're probably not alone. They're in the middle tent. They're tied up.
I say, all right, well, remember the script that we have. I was out with my band. Let's say I got separated from them, and you
Right.
found me, and you're just bringing me back in,
You're
preferably for
also
some food.
you're also a robber.
Yes.
Yeah, and I know you. We're boyhood friends.
Yes, that works. That works.
Okay.
All right, let's go in this tent.
All right. So, it's just that one right there. I'm just gonna stand right here and look natural and give you cover if anybody asks any questions.
Wait, hold on. You need to come with me into the tent.
Are you sure?
Whoa, I don't like where this is going.
Yeah, okay. Look, buddy, we can head back up there with my friends and just charge this place. I'm fine to turn around.
All right. All
You're
right.
I already gave up half my armor and weapons
All
to
right.
get in here.
All right. All right. All right. Here we go. You and I both. We're going in the tent, but you gotta be real quiet. You don't
Ooh.
want to wake him up. We're just gonna what are we gonna do? They're sleeping. We're just gonna grab them and
I'm
cover their
clipping this
mouths and
later.
pull them out.
What are you clipping this for?
Is that the plan?
we're gonna-
You're a big guy. We're just gonna drag them both out, right?
So then I stop and I realize that I haven't thought about this as much as I probably should have because I was too hungry and just thinking about how my disguise would probably get me a meal in the camp. And so, but then realizing that that could be my cover, I will say that, no, we're really tired from our excursion. And so we're going to go have the prisoners prepare the food for us because we don't want to wake up the important people, all the robbers. So we're just getting them to do some of our work for us real quick. If anybody wakes up while we're in there.
Okay. All right. And so we're just gonna pick them up and bring them out.
Well,
That's our story.
Are they tied up?
Time.
They're
Well,
tied
yeah.
up. Okay. Feet, like, can they walk or are they just completely?
Well, I mean, last I saw, I think they were tied around the ankles and the wrists, and you know how you tie a person up.
All right, I can probably carry the guy. Are you big enough to carry the girl? Or are you too weak for that, buddy?
Well, I'm about a third your size, but I can drag her. I'll just grab her by the feet and I'll drag her. That'll be all right. She's not very big.
How about under the shoulders?
I'll
I don't
grab
want her
her
head
under,
knocking.
I'll grab her under the shoulders and drag her.
Okay,
Okay.
let's go.
All right. You guys walk forward. He lifts up the tent flap. There's a bunch of robbers in there. They're all asleep. And he starts yelling really loud, "Alarm! Alarm! Alarm!"
Okay, rapidly.
Stop there.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
cliffhanger.
Nice.
And I ponder what I do.
Man, I totally thought we could trust that guy.
Yeah. All right.
And now he's in the friggin' tent, so I can't snipe him.
I'm going to take a point on
Yeah,
my
what the heck?
suspicious track. I think that's what I need.
That's
I'm too trusting.
Am I
Hunger
still in the
pains.
I have
ravine?
such a high
Your
trusting stat.
weakness.
You
No,
can
you
take
climbed up,
can take a
Cardon, you
check on
climbed
your
up.
suspicious track.
So I
You can
did
absolutely
climb up.
do that.
Okay, cool, sick.
Where's Fluffy at this point?
Fluffy
He's with
is
the
safe.
Nirvana guy.
Thrustingly down into Fluffy and Brad really had a strong moment of communing. Fluffy got the message and is relaxed and kind of napping under a
Staying
slight
safe.
overhang in the ravine, safe. Has the
Okay.
gear, just down the slope a ways.
Oh, that's comforting.
Okay.
That's our Holocaust cloak that we got from the albino.
So
Correct.
so everybody that is with us right now is a dedicated fan. If I had a challenge coin, you would all get one right now. I remember, so there was this one time my buddy was on a set and the film shoot was so horrible and went so much longer. And so many people just had to leave early and go home of the extras because it ended up being like a 16-hour shoot day and it was supposed to be like an 8-hour shoot day that the director came out and said, "I'm signing SAG cards for anybody else who is left here." So like 8 or 10 people got SAG cards from the production because they got like Taft-Hartley or something absurd like that by the production. And it's like $4,000 each person to do that. But it was like such just a hellish day that he signed like SAG vouchers for like 12 people that day just for having
Dude.
hung out. Everybody that is with us right now, if you were actors, I would sign your SAG vouchers. A couple of last super chats. Mike Bell says, "Oh, Dark 30 is going to come early. Bed is calling my name. I'm out by." Oh yeah, look, we're outlasting people here. And Mike Bell says, I was busy adulting when D&D came out and I never played it. This has been a hoot, especially with Cardon and his berserker persona. Don't forget Riley and Brad, the Kuralom. Luke leading the way with his prowess, and Jared Bell just keeping us even keeled and strategic. And
Jeff Borders.
What did I say?
Yeah, I mean, you can call
Jared
me what
Bell.
you want.
Oh, whoops. Sorry. Yeah,
meme
Jeff
lord.
Borders. Sorry, I was talking about Mike Bell in the super chat. I apologize. Jared Bell is the Twitter persona, and then
He's a
Dave
meme
Butler.
I'm going to have to send him this timestamp.
Keeping it spicy. Yeah, that's funny. I'm doing a lot here behind the wheel. So where do we go from here,
While
Dave?
attaining Nirvana.
Are we going to pick it up from here again or what? Like later on
Yes.
in another
So
stream?
the plan is to do this at least several times to finish this kind of a short story.
Okay. That works.
So if we can get everyone together next week and do this again,
Okay.
I think that is the plan.
Okay, cool, sick, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, before we get out of here, just a really fast plug for the Antichrist Playbook. Make sure you check us out. Before we go, tell the audience about the book, my man. You wrote it, Jeff. Tell us what's in it. Give us the Reader's Digest version about what it is and how awesome it is, my man.
This was a book written for teens, just exposing everything that modern critics of the church or Christianity or anyone comes out with. So we use examples of the Book of Mormon and lay it out plain and simple for everyone to read.
All right, rock on. And where can it be found? Dave Butler, where can it be found?
Plainandpreciouspublishing.com. You can pre-order it now. And the release date is March 7th.
Ooh,
coming right up.
Yeah, I was about going to say, what do they get if they go there, my man?
So separately, there is a man, I'm gonna get this wrong. So there's a March 7th, 7 p.m. event in Orem, Utah, the same place we did a launch event for Jonah Barnes's first book. And I believe tickets are $35. And I think that with the ticket, you get a copy of that book and also a t-shirt. Am I right about that? From Witness Apparel? Remind me, Jeff, what the t-shirt says, because I'm forgetting right now.
It says, "Not today, Satan."
That's right. It's a t-shirt that says "Not Today, Satan" on it.
All right. You get a t-shirt that says "Not Today, Satan" on it. You get a copy of the book, and you get to meet Jeff. Do you promise to have an in-depth conversation with every person that wants to have an in-depth conversation with you as long as the line lasts while you're there, Jeff?
Oh, it would be my pleasure.
Cool. Rock on. Awesome. You heard it here first. Okay, guys. So this has been totally awesome. Thank you, everybody who has been hanging out with us. This has been fun. This is my first time playing Dungeons and Dragons. I gotta say,
that didn't show at all.
It was. What'd you say?
Nope.
It didn't show at all.
Yeah.
Revenge.
Like a glove.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it is a true thing. And
it was a fun thing.
It was a fun thing.
That was a blast.
That is true. It is a fun thing. Guys, this has been awesome. We'll do it again. For this and more, please make sure you guys check us out at wardradio.com.
Yeah.
I built a rocket in my basement. I'm gonna fly it to the moon. This supersonic is amazing. You're gonna feel my sonic boom.